Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, I'm recording. Hit me with the recap, Gav.
You want
All
me to
right.
hit you with the recap? All right. So
What? I mean, I got
Go ahead, Nick.
it.
I figured. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
I just went through the curveball in there.
Okay. The the crew of the Dragon's Horizons gets woken up in the middle of the night by the Archon, which has some troubling news. The heroes of Requiem have been defeated, several of their members dead, and only two are confirmed alive. One has been missing, and the rest were dead. They were on the mission to defeat Shalkor when a monstrosity came in and defeated them and took Shalkor. After hearing the news, the crew conversated a little bit, decided to go to bed, wake up the next morning, and go to the Wizard's Tower. Um, Before that, sorry, some of the crew members decided to go to bed. Anon stayed up to help the Archon with his spell. Voss was making a simulacrum. And then in the morning, we all said our goodbyes and headed to the Wizard's Tower in
Galberg.
Gelberg. Yep, in Gelberg. All right. We also figured out that we needed to find Drexel Belrook too. Do yep, I see. Okay. We did some shopping when we got to I thought it was Vikilia, or it wasn't Gelberg. It was
The Tower of High Sorcery was in Galberg.
okay. It said we said something different in the recording. Okay. Um. We did some shopping there. Then we went to Anon's interview with the Magi. The interview was pretty straightforward. They put Anon in between a rock and a hard place, quite literally, because because he didn't join the Magi. He has to keep his curse. Ultimately, Anon decided not to join the Magi at all, and for that, he is keeping his curse. That uh, okay. We then figured out that Drexel Belrook is in Strega, so we headed off to Strega. When we get to Strega, we went straight to Strega Hospital to find Drexel. First, they would not tell us where he was, so we had to do a little suggestion. They find with some suggestion they finally told us where his room was. Um, Drexel told us that the beast was stronger than anything he's seen before, and he had a spell that was able to drain the life essence out of someone. Um, and we pretty much figured out that the beast is Cypher Gan that has altered himself into this monstrosity. Lucas did a little bit of scrying on sorry, forget her name. The witch. Silver dragon? No.
Lashana Leodon.
Lashana Leodon, yep.
And she's a steel
Lashana
dragon, though she
Steel
doesn't know
Dragon,
it.
that's right. Yeah, Steel Dragon, Lashana Leodon, and figures out that she has been taken by Cypher Gan. And also, Shalkor was killed by Cypher Gan, which seemed to have his spine ripped out of his body.
Well, the bones out of his arms.
Bones out of his arms.
Yeah, those,
and
what Vold used to feed, those were ripped out.
Yep, those were ripped out too. Shauna looked like half her regular, but then also had scales going down, or going down her body and throughout her body. She was being questioned by Cypher Gan, or Cypher Gan was asking her to turn into her true form, and she had no idea what she was talking about. And that is where we left off.
Okay. Now, as you guys are about to leave the hospital, suddenly there is a massive explosion. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
What the fuck?
You make yours with
Okay.
advantage.
Has advantage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wait, add advantage button?
I roll a 29.
Ooh, nice.
'91, baby.
Yeah.
20, 29, 20, 24.
Oh,
that
God.
one. Yeah.
That one, baby.
Like we just
That
kick the legs right
one.
after Monday and you just fall to the floor.
All right. So if you rolled a 26 or lower,
What?
hold on, give me just a
What
second.
DC is that?
Good.
I'm collecting some
26
dice.
or
Hold on.
lower.
Ah,
If you
oh
rolled
my
a
fucking- You're April Fool's.
Sir.
Okay.
if you
fuck
rolled a
you.
26 or
Fuck
lower,
you. No, I
you
ain't
take-
added shit.
434 points of
Yeah.
fire damage.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
April
April
Fool's,
Fools.
I have a building.
Fucker.
If you
You
roll a
serious?
27 or
Little
higher,
dickhead.
that is halved.
Are you
Absolutely
being
right.
serious right now?
So the only one who doesn't immediately die,
Everyone
is
immediately
Voss.
dies.
No.
who
this
does
is
go to
not-
0 hit points.
Hold on. Give me a second. I have the capacity to figure this out.
Absorb elements.
Absorb elements would take it down to half, but I only have 121 HP.
Well, if you already succeeded on the saving throw, then absorb elements, then it would divide.
I didn't though. I only got a 20.
You also got a inspiration point if you want to use it.
Yeah, shit, fool.
All right.
Inspiration
so,
just lets me re-roll. Hold on,
Yeah,
I'm
I
trying to
know.
figure it out. Give me a second. Goodness. Let's see.
For me, if I succeeded on the roll, I would survive. If I had I could have totally succeeded on that roll and survived.
So Voss
easily.
is the only one who's survived.
Well, if this
Start
actually
deleting-
happened.
Let me start deleting some character sheets because where
Mhm.
this is now a session 0.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and kill the recording here, guys.
Look, I know I was talking about my backup character. That didn't mean that I wanted to use them.
Uh, well, I will. Who could I give the ability to do? Is there anybody that can save us?
But is this even actually happening?
Okay.
I can't cast a spell.
Yeah, this can't be actually happening.
Is this really happening or not?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if you're being serious. If so, I'll do something.
Yeah, because if so, I am using a luck point. Like if this is serious, I'm using a luck point. I would have not. No, I'm using a luck point.
Just let me do the thing. All right.
All right.
So Voss
Let him cook.
survives. Fast forwarding a couple weeks, Voss, you find yourself standing in front of about
Well, I was
5 other
standing
tombstones.
in front of who?
In front of 5 tombstones that has the names of your fallen comrades on the tombstones. And only 2 words can be seen. And those words are April Fools. There you go.
Okay, yeah.
Really?
Really?
I was going to say clickbait.
Am I going to be forced to use Wish to try to resurrect everyone?
So you all just suddenly daydream the exact same thing, and
Okay.
you snap back to reality. And you're just thinking, that was kind of weird.
Yeah, Lucas knows I would never roll a nat 1. That just doesn't
I'm
happen.
not pulling my punches.
All right, so
You're gonna suffer now. There's no break for you today, sir. You want to play? We're gonna play. Breaks out the book, gets my lawyering degree. It is time.
So you guys were still in the hospital, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got
So-
done casting the scry thing. That's where we kind of ended.
As you are leaving, as you're leaving Drexel's room and you head down to the lobby, one individual you see walk through the doors of the hospital, and you recognize him. You haven't met him in person, but you recognize him from the papers. This is Zared Durenbolt of New Solidarity. With him, you see that he has a mechanical raptor that is walking with him. He has a big-ass minigun across his back and just several belts of ammunition.
Oh.
And on top of that, he has kind of a chest length red beard. He has goggles with very narrow lenses, so you can't really see his eyes. And as well as you notice just very bad scarring all over his face. But this is new. This isn't new. Everybody knows that, and as well as the fact that his right arm is completely just covered by a long sleeve. But he has walked into the hospital. He doesn't appear to have noticed the rest of you, though.
Is this the one guy that opposed
Yes.
attacking us?
This is the one guy that was not part of that. He's a dwarf, and even by dwarvish standards, is a little on the short side. It's about 4 foot even.
I mean, I'll go up and say, hey.
Yeah, I go up and say hi.
He turns to you and seems to genuinely be surprised. Motley Crest. I would not have thought that you would have beaten me here. But this is good. I actually hoped to run into you. First I should say, even though I know of you, of course, we have not formally met, so Zared Durenbolt. Pleasure.
Lucas,
This is
guys,
Sally. He points at the raptor.
evening's tranquil to.
Bond
A
boy.
tranquil evening to thou.
How many of these tries?
So, he doesn't have a reputation of being much for conversation. But with that being said, with all the corruption that New Solidarity has been accused of over the years, a lot of people kind of view him as the one singular, voice of reason. He's usually the angel on their shoulder, telling them that the deals they're taking and the shit they're doing is corrupt. And you notice that he is by himself. None of the others are with him. So he says to you and says, can I trust you to keep a secret?
Sure.
Depends on what the
Probably.
secret is, to be honest, but
Probably not.
He says, it hasn't hit the media yet, but effective as of yesterday, I have resigned from New Solidarity.
Uh-huh.
Happy retirement.
And I was just simply here to offer Drexel my condolences. I always had a great deal of respect for him.
yeah, I think he could use some kind words right now.
Yes, definitely.
At this point, he says, I was also going to offer him some assistance, but actually it's most fortuitous that I've ran into you, especially you, Bon. I'd like for us to work together on something.
Oh, is that so?
He takes his goggles, and nobody's ever seen his eyes. He always has these goggles, and he lifts them up to his forehead. And when he does, you can see a deep red scar, almost in a band that goes all the way across his face. And where there would be regular eyes are instead these 2 steel balls. Where the whites of his eyes would be, they're a steel metallic color. And where the pupils and irises would be, they are both like a bright blue light that seems to just float around this orbit underneath his eye socket. And after showing you that, he lowers the goggles back down and puts them over his eyes, rolls his sleeve up, and you see that he's missing an arm.
Huh. Yeah. Yeah, Drexel seems to have the same type of injuries.
I was going to take point on this, but actually, you guys are much closer to him than I, so I think it would be more appropriate, Bon, if you took lead over the creative process. I will be there to support you, and even financially so, if necessary, to make this project happen. But Drexel deserves the best. And I think you can give it to him.
Yeah, I was kind of having an idea of what I would potentially, because I did see him losing implement limbs, and I was trying to find the best way to help him out with that. So this is good.
He says, well, and he holds his arm up, and you see his hand retract back in, and a cannon appear. His hand retracts back in again, and a blade appears, and his hand retracts back in. And then eventually he makes it where his entire Transformers fashion, his arm completely rearranges itself into a big-ass hammer. It's like, I can offer some creative advice.
But can it cut the grass?
And then transforms back into a regular arm.
Hey, I'm gonna do something out of character and step up and say, hey, that arm's cool and all, but would you like your actual eyeballs and arm back? Because I could do that for you.
He says, you know, I think I've become rather partial to these. I appreciate the offer.
Okay, not a problem. Just checking.
All the widgets.
Well, I mean, if you can get eyeballs and arms back, maybe we should ask Drexel if that's what he wants.
I mean,
I know we're all about how cool it'd be to make another cyborg person, but maybe we should ask him if he wants his own flesh and blood aside from metal.
I guess if you want to pull the fun out of it, yeah, sure, we can go do that.
You know what? Never mind. I don't understand. I was just trying to throw out some options.
Oh shit. Oh. Yeah, what do you
He
think?
reaches his arm up, and he has to pretty much outstretch it fully to be able to reach your shoulder. But reaches an arm up and places it on your shoulder, Bon, and says, Drexel's always been one for flair. I think he'd be more amenable to our offer than you might think.
Okay. Yeah. He could be. Exactly. I mean...
So, sorry to
But
sidebar
he says,
here,
with that,
but
I am going to go visit him and pay my respects. And Norn, as well, is an old friend of mine. So...
Now, please do, but you were talking about assisting us. Were you wanting to travel with us, or just help fund this project?
He pauses, like he hadn't considered that, saying,
Sorry, I didn't know what you were actually asking when you approached us.
He says, I hadn't thought of that, but as of yesterday, obviously my obligations are freed up. I may draw attention to you if I am seen traveling with you, but if you do not care about that, I wouldn't be unwilling.
Well, can you give me just one moment here for us to discuss something? And I'm going to pull the group kind of just a quick step away back. Everybody here in the group, I'm assuming I've already told them what I saw in the vision when I scried and saw everything with.
We can just assume they know
You
all
said
that.
that at the end of the session.
Yeah. Do we want him to come along with us? Because if he's wanting to help Drexel, I'm sure helping us save one of Drexel's, guildmates, crewmates, teammates, whatever you want to call it, he'd be completely down for it. But before I extend an offer, I just wanted to get everybody's input.
I'm fine with it. Say what I say.
By the way,
Kind of
Gavin,
it.
you might want to remove your level 2 wizard off the combat tracker.
Level 2 wizard.
Sano.
Oh, why is he there?
I assume you were making them and forgot about them. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, alright.
All right, yeah. If that's the case, I'll just step back. What was this guy's name again?
Zarid. Z-A-R-I-D. He's a, I think he's a hill dwarf. Or is he a mountain dwarf? He's a dwarf. I forget which kind.
Well, Zared, you shared a secret with us. I've got one to share with you, but again, if you could keep in mind how sensitive this is.
Of course.
If you really want to help Drexel, well, one of his teammates, allies, what do you guys call it when you're all in the same group? Compatriots.
Whatever you want to call it.
Sure. Lashonda is in a lot of trouble, and we know where she's at.
Oh.
And I will tell him what I saw.
Interesting. This is most dire. If you'll have me, I have no problem accompanying you. It was certainly not in my plans, but I can think of no reason not to.
Well, I think right now, with all things considered, what we're walking into, having some extra help wouldn't be a bad idea.
Well, I point at things. He taps the trigger of his Gatling gun for a second, and the barrel spins for like a split second. And things disappear. That is my MO. Nothing more, nothing less.
I'll tell you what, we've already talked with Drexel. We've got some of the preparations to make. Why don't you say what it is you need to, and why don't you meet back up with us this evening? And we can discuss things further of where we're going to roll out to.
Very well. This
are
evening,
we
then.
Are we staying, and I'm saying this to everybody here, do we have a place that we're staying tonight? In this town? Have we found a spot?
Just so you know, you don't have guild amenities here, so no free board. You'd have to find a place.
Yeah,
Can we just stay in Voss's super tower?
Ooh, I just used my level 7 spell slot to make the simulacrum, so I can't make Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion.
we can probably find a
Okay.
place in town to stay, guys.
I guess a normal, regular inn for us.
Well, in
Man,
fact,
we just live like peasants.
Why
hey,
can't I just like use my wish spell to cast same spell?
I mean, you could always find like a luxury inn if that's what you're looking for.
yeah, I'm just gonna
Technically,
say,
you can, by the way, you can use Wish to cast Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion, take a long rest there, and get all your spell slots back.
You could absolutely.
hey,
Yeah.
how about, hey, Zared, do you know a good place in town to stay?
He says,
God,
honestly, this is only my second or third time coming here, but I believe in the uptown, in the red district. That's what they call it, where the area where the
You want
hobgoblins
to go to the
primarily
red
live.
district?
So
Okay.
it's literally called the red district because Goblin Society is a caste-based system with hobgoblins at the top. Hobgoblins are red, so the upper class district is called the red district.
Sus.
So what
So-
in the red district? What's this place called?
The Crimson Sapphire.
You're really not helping this case. And we're gonna walk in, and Jules is gonna be our attendant.
I mean, it's literally it's a
Gold or
caste-based
diamond?
society. So,
Uh,
but you know what? Maybe I will go with the theme since that's what you think. Maybe I will just keep it up.
Okay. As long as it's not actual hobgoblins.
No, yeah, they're gonna
Boudoir.
start throwing bombs and flying around on a hover glider.
Oh, okay.
and I've got a.
Crossover.
Oh, sorry. I had a long shot of a question for you, Zared. Since you've been in here and you have a lot of, well, that going on. Have you ever seen a witch set up shop around here?
I believe so. You're kind. You're quite rare, but typically you do draw attention whenever you travel. And I'd say
Oh.
especially for this one. There is rumors of they call her the Mad Witch. She lives in the Wild District, primarily inhabited by bugbears.
Sounds promising.
Well, if you knew her, you'd get it. The Mad Witch?
That's what they call her around here.
Alright. If it's who I think it is, it's Sprocket Witch, but if it's who I think it is.
I am not under the impression that her name has anything to do with her title. That is simply
Sure,
solely to do with her reputation.
I get it. Oh.
But yes, it does ring a bell. I cannot tell you exactly where. I've only heard rumors.
You've
I'm
already
privy
pointed
to
me
the
in
same amount of
direction, which is-
information that you can.
I didn't even know for certain if she was in the town. I just happened to hear rumors that she was in the city, so you've already done me a great deal of saving me some time.
And I know it should. I can't help it. I must apologize. That incident those many months ago. I wanted nothing to do with it. I tried to stop them and they wouldn't have it. And I couldn't challenge 5 other of my group mates on my own. They were going to do what they were going to do, and there was nothing I could do to stop them.
That was like 3 anarchies ago, so I mean, it's alright, man. The world keeps on turning.
Very well. So we shall meet. Tell you what, I will stay at the same inn that you are staying at in the Red District. We'll talk in the morning. And mind the locals. The hobgoblins have a bit of a. Just mind the locals, so you avoid any unnecessary trouble.
No entanglements.
It's alright. I have a background feature.
So, but yeah, with that, he bids us farewell and heads further into the hospital and disappears up a flight of stairs.
Alright. Well, I don't know if it's going to be of any benefit or not, but there is. Sounds like another witch that's in town. So she might be able to give us some assistance or have some goods. I don't know. I don't know her. I've never met her. I just know that she was out here. That's McKenna.
Uh-huh.
So it's worth checking out if you guys want to, but I'm not saying it's something that we need to do.
Maybe it would be cool. Maybe potentially looking at the mechanical stuff she works on. Maybe. As he does it with a little bit of like aggravation in his voice. Just maybe.
Aside from that, I mean, we've got the day to kill. I do need to do some shopping for some supplies. So, I mean, what do you guys want to do?
Yeah, I guess we go talk to the witch.
Okay. Then we'll start
Combine
making our
with
way
that, yeah.
towards the Wild District.
Yeah.
Okay. So you head in that direction, and to say the atmosphere of the city is uncomfortable is an understatement. You can't walk without everyone staring at you. Nobody's taking any hostile action by any means, but you can't help but notice travelers are scarce. Every single person that you pass on the road on the way over there is either a goblin, bugbear, or a hobgoblin with the occasional orc. But
This
you
is
are
all
garnering
bullish.
attention every step of the way.
Stick out like soy.
Well, I also make like little poofs of fire everywhere I walk, so I tend to draw some attention.
With that being said, while you are certainly drawing attention, people are saying, clear out of your way. You could take off in a sprint right now and not run into another humanoid.
Great.
So they are taking
Also want to
extra
play.
steps to stay out of your way.
Do you think he's a high-ranking, like, something? Or, I don't know.
They are just highly suspicious of
Oh, okay.
outsiders. There's a reason why they never allowed the Heroes Guild to set up a branch here in this city. It's not for lack of trying.
Yeah, well,
If they don't like strangers, why are we here?
because this is where Drexel was at the hospital.
Well, I get that, but like, if we're going to the red district, to even less people that don't want anything to do with strangers, why are we setting up camp in the red district of people? We're surrounded by people that don't want us there.
We're not going to stay here. We're just spending the night here, then we're heading off in the morning.
You
Yeah, by
also
the way,
see
where are we going?
a lot of banners put up all over the place of these like big blue torn banners with like spikes with this like spiky symbol and a helmet in the middle of it, which is the emblem of the Volunteer Alliance. You're basically in the big city of secessionists because they want nothing to do with the Colossian Empire. at all.
So this is Texas.
So what you're
Basically,
saying is we need
pretty
to-
much,
It's
yeah.
Goblin, Texas!
So basically,
Yes.
what you're saying is we need a. What did you say there again?
The Colossian Empire.
So basically,
They also
what
really
you're
don't like
saying is-
dwarves, just so you know.
What you're saying is
Definitely
we need to
Texas.
say all hail the Colossian Empire as we're going down the street, right?
No, they hate the Colossian Empire. Like,
They're not
Yeah, I
gonna
know.
mess with us. They
Yeah, they're not
They're
gonna
just
mess
gonna
with
give us
We can say
energy.
whatever
that's
we
what we
want.
abundantly clear about. Nobody is expressing any hostile action to you.
I
They,
want them
if
to, though.
anything, it's the opposite. They are staying the fuck away from you.
good.
There's always
What
that
if I want
angry-
them to be hostile against me?
What if
I'm-
I mean,
Anad is used to it. He's like, yeah, they're
What if I'm
probably
just-
saying something like he's one of the good ones. I'm just gonna hold my head high
I
and
mean,
just walk.
technically, Anand, your race is part of the alliance that they is part of their secessionist faction. Technically
Are we
speaking,
the token race?
Yeah, I
the
thought you were
Volunteer Alliance is orcs, goblins, and Vold.
Oh, he's like the blood elves of WoW. Like, he's the first, like, humanoid,
So
decent-looking people out of all these monsters.
Basically,
that's. I want to say something. The fact that we're recording, I probably should say it.
go for
So
it.
we'll just.
Nobody watches
no.
our stream anyway, so
Oh, that is terrible. No, I'm just making it's. What group of races? What are all in this alliance?
orcs, half orcs, goblins, hobgoblins, bugbears, awakened Vold, and a very extremely small minority of humans.
So, if those were to be referenced in, no, I can't do it. Those are all those are all of the these are the lesser raced individuals, the ones that come from the rowdy backgrounds. It seems. Why are they banding together for this?
Misfits?
Like, what are they trying? Yes, these are the misfit races. What are they attempting to accomplish by doing this?
They do not wish to be governed by a dwarf. The whole thing about the Dwarven High King is that he has this vision of a united Colossus. They stand in the way of that because they want nothing to do with it.
So
They
they
don't
don't
wanna
want to
share
be
shit.
part of the unity. They want
Essentially.
to- okay, and why is that a downside? I don't know why I'm asking about the political,
So it's not necessarily
landscape,
that it's a downside. It's just how they are. But they don't really have much of a reason for not wanting to be part of this alliance other than just a sheer objection to being part of this alliance. Their reasoning isn't widely understood. It is certainly there, but they don't wish to be part of this alliance. his whole vision, the reason why he wants this alliance to happen, the High King, is because Vuel'Kalas is viewed as kind of the weakest kingdom, and it's because of the turmoils of the past and how their continent, how their nation has been ravaged. He wants to put up a powerful front, a statement to the rest of the world, and he wants to do that by all people being united.
Okay. Okay. That sounds very European.
Sounds very sketch, to be honest, because nobody gets completely united. To be honest, I'd probably go the same route as the goblins, hobgoblins. Like, oh, this dwarven king that has these dwarves and all these other folks in here, like, we're the goblins and hobgoblins are going to get treated the same as the dwarves in this alliance? Bullshit.
Yeah,
I mean, you're understanding the politics of it pretty
we
well.
want
that
you to join the purity. Join us. And then you see the red armbands come out and start clapping around. Yeah.
We're actually going to rename y'all's town to Auschwitz, and we're going to...
Oh my god.
Yes. Yes. It makes perfect sense.
But no, I mean, you're understanding the politics pretty well.
So we will continue on into the Wild District.
Yes.
All right. So, as you enter, again, the number of regular goblins, which you've noticed, goblins kind of get treated like crap here. Sort of the Wild District, the Bugbears, that's almost like their middle caste, essentially. So they're higher than the goblins, not as high as the hobgoblins. A lot of like the higher ranked military also tends to be hobgoblins as well. Or not hobgoblins, I mean bugbears. Their higher ranked military happens to be bugbears, and they are the physically mightiest of the three goblin subraces. So yeah, I mean, you enter into the Wild District and you understand why it's called that, because a lot of the buildings, from the Green District where you just were, in the Wild District, a lot of these buildings, they don't appear as like advanced. There's a lot of huts and stone structures, and you do see one building off in the distance that appears to have a bit more of a smokestack emanating from it than the other buildings. But this whole city just has a constant layer of smog above it anyway. To say also, as you're going through the Wild District, the bugbears seem a lot less afraid of you than the goblins and hobgoblins did in the Green District. I mean, like, they aren't hostile by any means, but a lot of them like bump into your shoulder a little harder than normal when they walk past you, and give you a look as they pass and a grunt.
Yeah. It's always a pissing contest, no matter where you go.
It's like walking through Jackson.
Yeah. So as soon as one of them tries to or bumps me in the shoulder, slide a hand check, steal their money.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, fine. Go for it.
Those darn outsiders always coming around messing up stuff.
That'd be
Stealing my
24.
money.
Yes, because they have
Good
incredibly
job
high
completely
wisdom
confirming what
and
they already thought
perception.
against you.
Yes.
Like,
You now
Yeah,
they're gonna
yeah,
move
you-
even
That's
further
not
out of the
Nikolai
metro
around
Yeah,
area.
you steal his entire purse, and he has, by that I mean like a sack of gold, and he has no idea. Like,
Leave these blue
no
collar
idea at
goblins
all.
alone.
Hey, Gavin, can I do the same thing?
absolutely, please.
Anytime I see him pickpocket, I just have to pickpocket.
Go for it.
It's literally anything you can do, I can do almost as well. 22.
Dude, you have
this is why they
expertise
don't-
in sleight of hand. I didn't know
This is
that.
why they don't want us here.
No,
What's
I
wrong?
am literally, fighter, magic, healing, thief, stealth, reconnaissance, whatever I need to do.
Okay.
Jack of all trades.
Y'all
Yeah, I
clearly did
mean-
not grow up the way Anad did. He doesn't. need
Another
that
one.
negative
You
perception.
steal his entire bag. Each of you just got a bag of 50 gold pieces.
Nice. I'll take it. Money hard earned. 640.
Yes. Now his family's going to be late on rent. You jerk.
I'm okay with that. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, it'd be alright.
He shoulder bumped me. He deserved to go home empty-handed.
Oh, for sure.
He's just a big boy. He couldn't control himself.
Oh yeah, so main feature of bugbears too. God, we're on stream. Okay, so the slur for
Do
bugbears.
it. Do it.
Yeah.
God, this is
Do
canon,
it.
by the way. It's just so
Yes.
close to.
Either say it or don't,
Yes.
man.
Please
Okay,
do it.
so
You've
Please.
let's
already
just
started it.
say they are oftentimes referred to as the
Yes.
animal taxonomy that human beings are also technically fall into.
Okay. And would you please put that in layman's terms, like shorten it to one word? It's a descriptive possible animal name.
Ape.
Aren't you?
You picture Frieza.
I was
like,
gonna say monkey.
But yes, they have very long arms. Their arms dangle to about their kneecaps, and they're already rather large, 7 to 7.5 foot tall individuals anyway. That's why these
They should all
creatures
be
get
in the
an extra
NBA.
5 feet of range when they make a melee attack.
But their arms are 5 foot longer.
Yeah, I mean that's literally a racial feature that bugbears have. When they make
Yeah,
a
I know.
melee attack, they have an extra 5 foot range. So, anyway, yeah. So you arrive at the building, and there's a variety of mechanical spider things that are just crawling all over it. Some about yay big, some the size of actual spiders, but they are everywhere.
Yep, I'd say we're at the right spot.
So you enter. And you hear her shout out, "Theo, where's my spanner?" And you hear this other voice like, "Sorry, McKenna. Sorry, I'll be right there." As you see this bugbear carry this wrench over to her, and she seems to be just working on this completely unhinged monstrosity. It's this orb, this glowing green orb with 17 arms that are all sticking out of it at the same time, and it seems to be somewhat functional. It's like walking around on its hands, but it doesn't really have any sensors, so it's just bumping into shit and knocking stuff over. This entire house is just total chaos. They also left the door open, which is how you're able to walk right in.
Knock, knock.
She walks around the corner. You said you have or haven't met her before?
Have not.
I didn't think so. Okay. She looks you up and down and then notices the hat. And seeing you, she just says, "Fuck." Realizing that you're a witch.
Wow.
Evening's trade. Hey,
I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. Theo, see them out.
whoa! I'm not trying to take you back anywhere. We're stopping by because I heard you were here, and I honestly have just seen if you had cool stuff.
Oh, so because I'm a witch and because you're a witch, you think you can take my things. So to describe this person, this is a short, kind of lanky, but also muscly at the same time, human woman.
Spry.
Kind
Called spry.
of thin-limbed,
You don't
but
call women
she's still
lanky.
got some tone there too. She has kind of wiry, blonde hair that's in these really asymmetrical pigtails. She has some light scarring on her arms and on her stomach. She's wearing a crop top, and has a pair of goggles, and she looks like she hasn't brushed her hair in weeks.
She sounds like Doc Ock, the female version from the animated Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Whoa! Hold on. I'm not trying to take your stuff. I thought you might be running a shop. I don't know. We're new to town.
Oh no, Theo, he works in the military. He gives me funding, and I make him things.
Well, we were actually hoping to see if you might have some nifty creations, maybe, that we could, I don't know, field test for you. Look, LaShonda's in a bit of a pickle, and we're going to go try and help her out. So, I heard you were in town while we were just dropping by, so that was just worth at least reaching out. But no, we have no interest in taking you back to Night Fight if you don't want to go.
She says, like, let's be honest.
By the way, I'm Lucas, just Brimstone Witch.
Brim, I've heard of you. And she comes up and, like, shakes your hand with both hands, like, way too hard. She says, as I was saying, let's be honest. We all know Lashana's on the council. She can't say it, but we know that she is. You really think she needs help?
I mean, considering the circumstances, possibly. I have no doubt that Lashana's powerful, but I mean, her entire party almost got wiped out after this last attack. Drexel got an arm chopped off and lost an eye. 2 others died, and she's in a bad way right now. I was able to take a peek on her. So
she says, I don't believe it.
I mean, you can only take my word, and I know we just met, but if there's a way I could show you, I would.
I mean, it's already been all over the news. Like, there's not a person in the world that doesn't know by this point.
Not about Lashonda, though.
Oh yeah, maybe not about that, but she seems conflicted. Like she wants to not. Give me an insight check.
Seven.
There's some conflict there, but you don't really know if she's leaning one way or the other.
Look, I'm not saying for you to come and go gallivanting off with us, but I imagine, from what I've heard of your reputation, that you might have some things you wouldn't mind seeing use in the field. So if you have something that perhaps Molly.
Me, on the other hand, totally reads her mind.
Okay, so
I was like,
she
am I
seems
proficient in that? Fucking +7.
she seems
What?
conflicted, obviously. Like, he could tell that, but you can tell that she is trying her best to appear nonchalant at the moment. She is doing her best, and but she was a little too quick on the draw for that you're not going to take me back thing. While she clearly is obviously staying here by choice, she misses her people more than she lets on. She might act like she doesn't, but she does.
She is in denial in a lot of ways.
She overcompensated with that response. And as well as the fact that she's clearly more worried about Lashana than she's letting on to.
She's grabbing her pants.
By the way, if you were worried about having to clean up after yourself with the robot at Knife Vine, these fine folks here already did that. It's been decommissioned.
She goes, no!
I'm so sorry.
Why?
Because it was a giant death machine, but that doesn't mean you can't build a better one? I don't know.
Well, you saved its parts, right?
We left them there.
I was kind of unconscious at the time.
I hope not. I shot it with multiple rounds of bullets.
Just so y'all remember, it imploded and then exploded. So no. It went into a self-destruct mode when it was no longer able to commission.
Yeah, maybe that's a creator's fault. It went into a self-destruct mode. So, yeah, no parts.
He did it on purpose.
Sorry,
Room for
sweetheart.
improvement.
Well, from what I heard, its search and rescue function was working pretty well. Aside that I didn't really need rescuing, but it knocked me out and then dragged me through the forest, so...
You just hear Bond muttering, and it's a piece of shit mug. Just fucking. As he's looking at all of her tech stuff, like, oh, this is kind of cool though. This is interesting. Fucking piece of
She
shit.
says, I have one thing that I guess I could give to you. I don't know. Do you have a vehicle?
Yes.
I
That would
have
be
a
me. I am the mechanic here.
I have an attachment. I got the
Oh.
inspiration from one of the hell vehicles.
Oh, I have one of those.
Well, it's not that, but it's my recreation of it. It should function relatively the same. And she pulls out what looks to be this, like, cannon with, like, this liquid tank that sits at the base of it. This could be fashioned to a vehicle.
You don't need that crap.
A cannon? Is it a cannon?
It's
I
a
put it in
car
the
cannon.
chat.
That
Okay.
means you'd have
Fuck
to
yeah.
take your vehicle into combat.
I mean, we have a
Kinda.
tank, so maybe that would be
Yeah.
worthwhile to put on a tank
Maybe
to take
a
into combat.
Before this, the campaign is over, Han's vehicle will be destroyed.
I'm just saying, we've got
No,
vehicles to
fucking
spare.
whoa.
We've got a motorcycle, a flying ship, a tank, a car. There's a bird we could ride somewhere around in the world. Whatever happened to Honey?
Great.
Oh, Honey's still on your ship? As well
What
as...
is the end of this? If the creature is reduced by 0 hit points by this damage, it is dissolved, leaving behind any object. Oh, it is carrying or worn. I thought it turned it into something that you could
Oh,
wear
no,
or
no, no.
carry. I was like, what? But yeah, okay.
So she also says, I also have this tonic that I found. It's not something I made, but maybe you could use it. It's a potion of awakening. You make something drink it, and it learns how to speak and becomes smarter.
What?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard of this. It brings things to life. Like you can give it to like a little
Gives
shrub,
it
and
sentience.
it makes it become.
Yeah.
It basically Pinocchio something.
Either that or you can give it to an animal, and the animal gets an
Oh.
intelligence of 10 and learns one
I-
language of your choice.
I
We should
want
give it to Honey.
No, we
I was
should
about to
not.
say-
Give it to
I
the.
know.
Give it to.
I know
cat.
what I
Give it to the
want it
cat.
for.
I was about to say we can give it to
I-
Mr. Pibbles.
Give it to Mr. Pibbles.
No, I want to do something with it. I want to
What
give it.
terrible.
Just because I want to see where you guys are going with this, she brandishes another one in the other hand and says, I have 2.
Of course.
I want one.
By all means.
How much is it?
I don't think
I am not giving you
Okay.
any
I
of
thought she was just giving it to us, but okay.
She
If
says,
she produces a second one, she ain't giving it to us.
Awesome.
100,000 gold pieces.
What
Nah.
the fuck?
I will blow up your whole shop.
I will ignite this shit
I'll
on
Blow your
fire
whole
right
shop
now.
up. Whole shop.
5,000 gold pieces.
Oh, okay.
How about I go put in a good word with Miss Lily and see if maybe they'll bring you back on over to Nightfine. I'm sure they'd be willing to, but it's nice to get the invitation.
Give me a persuasion check.
She just wants to visit.
Actually, I'll give you advantage on it since it's going off of kind of inside knowledge.
Woo! Good thing I got so much bonus. I rolled ass.
That's some hard bonus right there. GG's.
Well, I rolled that as in the
Good.
contest. So,
Yeah, right.
she saes, "What makes you think I'd want to go back there?" As like a little tear rolls down her cheek. Like,
You're mean
I
to
don't
me.
want to go back. Why would I want to go back?
I don't want to give her a hug, but I'll do the like there shoulder tap.
There. Uh,
She says, "Fine, just take that. Take the cannon, and
Come on,
I
nobody.
have a project I'm working on."
You know, you're the Sprocket Witch, not this mad mage nonsense they're calling you around
So
here.
I do get it and I acquire it.
Yes, you have 2
Alright.
potions of awakening.
Oh my god,
All
I
right,
thought
I
it was
will.
5 grand.
I'm gonna take one. Can you
Literally,
put it in
all
the,
it does is when you either pour it on some kind of plant or make something drink it, their intelligence becomes 10 if it wasn't already.
Can
if they're-
I put it on an inanimate object?
No. It
Why?
specifically specifies that it needs to be an animal or a plant.
An animal. Darn. Oh, I had a perfect thing I was gonna do.
Well, an animal. So here's the technicality. It has to be a creature with an intelligence of 3 or less, but it specifies creature.
Well,
And
let
if
me-
they have an intelligence of 3 or less, their intelligence becomes 10, and they learn 1 language of your choice.
I just had a thought. Does it specify on what kind of plant? Or is it just any plant?
No, just says plant.
Bon!
Yeah. Oh,
You could give it to
shit.
the world tree.
The world tree. The fire seed.
Oh,
Hell yeah, motherfuckers.
Your
Oh,
entire
that
fortress
would
could
be
be a
awesome.
sentient thing that's like loyal to you, but it's a giant, like, massive
That's
legendary
pretty
tree.
legit. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yes.
That's
You're
pretty
gonna put it on the
That's what
spire
you got.
tree?
Yes, we're doing it. Anand, do you have a teleportation circle that you
Dude,
can
you'll
make?
have like legit. The tree
Yeah.
is like alive and talks to you. Like if you're like, "Hey, was anybody stupid around the perimeter?" and like it'll just straight up tell you.
Yeah.
I wanted to give it to my carpet so it could become.
I mean,
kind
I
of
want to say
Aladdin.
no, but it fits all the classifications. It's a plant. It has an
Yeah.
intelligence of less than 3, and it
Uh-huh.
can't speak a language. So
Why not?
Yes.
technically speaking,
Technically, it's the best kind of clean.
Of things that are technically correct. Mm-hmm.
We're so doing
Yeah.
it. Okay. Nod, we gotta teleport to the base. You already have the sigil sequence. We
Okay.
gotta go.
Okay.
I was
I
not
will-
expecting this session, but okay,
Okay.
cool. I'm along for the ride.
Yeah.
Well, while we're here, and I will absolutely reach out to Miss Lily. Do you happen to know of any place around in town? I'm kind of scarce that might be able to find some high-end potion supplies.
Yes, technically. But they usually don't serve outsiders.
Not a problem.
Ouch. Very well. If that's not a problem, 2 blocks to the east of here. You'll know it when you see it.
I mean, I'm just gonna kind of glance over at Voss and Voss's simulacrum that both can like turn into anything.
Wait, turn into anything?
Or you can use the
you-
illusion.
You mean, yeah, all right. Shapeshift. Okay.
Yeah, you're,
Yeah. Technically speaking, as a changeling, I don't think you'd actually be able to change into a bugbear. I don't think, because you can't lengthen your own arms, but you could do a hobgoblin.
You
by
can-
all
you
means.
can-
size
you
is
can
a
go to a
bugbear?
foot or above or below. Yeah, and you can turn into any kind of humanoid. Or
That's
I can.
true. You would just be a short-armed bugbear.
Yeah, because it counts as a medium humanoid, so I just can't change size. I think I can literally do that. Yeah.
Why not change into a hobgoblin because they're higher up on the arc? You know.
Bugbears are higher than the hobgoblins.
Oh, bugbears
No,
are higher. than-
hobgoblins are at the top.
Oh well,
Yeah,
Hobgoblins
yeah,
are the highest.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Fuck a bugbear. Turn into a hobgoblin.
Yeah, I can actually adjust my height and weight.
By
I
a
can
foot.
change my size between medium and small. And
I
appear
was
as
just
another race.
thinking, like, you're absolutely right. I would have to deal with the weird interactions there, because while that is totally true, you wouldn't have the long-limbed feature that bugbears have. So you would just be like a short-armed bugbear.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Well, an evening's tranquil to you, McKenna. It was very nice to actually meet you.
You see her kind of do like the puppy dog, like quivering lip thing just at the words of an evening's tranquil, and she says, "An evening's tranquil, an evening's tranquil. I got stuff to do over there. Bye, Breb. Good to see you or meet you."
Sure. All right, we've got a lot to do, guys. And I'm good with moseying.
All right. So, yeah, you see what she means by you would recognize it when you see it. As you walk out of you go like a block to the east and you see another block away. There's this metallic building which already stands out in contrast to the stone huts and clay buildings that are common in this district. But on the top of the building is a big cauldron which just repeatedly tips over, pours some potion into what looks like a potion bottle, tips back over, and just keeps going like that on top of it. They sell potions there. It's blatantly obvious.
Hey, boss.
So, you see it, and but you clearly see signs on the outside that says no outsiders allowed.
Hey, boss.
Uh-huh.
I was hoping I could borrow your skill set.
I was hoping you would ask.
How about me and you hit this, and everybody else can take a walk. I'll go in with you to kind of show what it is I need. But to be honest, you got a way better silver tongue than I do, so you might have to do some of the negotiations here.
Can do.
And I will throw my cloak around me, and I will turn into a hobgoblin myself.
Okay.
Nice.
So red skin, dark hair, about 6.5 feet tall or so. That's your typical hobgoblin description.
And now it's like, I'm going to do it too. And he curls his arms at his waist, slightly hunches over, starts to hobble.
Oh my god.
Can't you just like actually get to come in as?
Yeah, I could just go. I'm going to walk in the door like, ooh, ah, ah, ah.
Oh, okay.
I will accompany them, yes.
Okay. Yeah, so being a relatively new addition to the Volanshire Alliance, they seem a little skeptical of you, Anand, but they don't stop you. You're allowed to enter the establishment. But you see that this bugbear, this female bugbear, as you enter, she motions to the rest of the group. Must stay outside. You're not allowed in. You stay out there. We don't trust your kind here. But then, obviously, immediately noticing the hobgoblin, she, my lords, I'm sorry I did not greet you when you first entered. Please, forgive me.
I'm going to grab Anand and shove him towards the door and say, "You heard her, get the hell out!"
He was
What?
allowed. Never mind. If the Lord wishes the Vold leave,
What?
then get out.
One guy that was allowed to come with us.
Well,
Yeah, she was letting Anand in. Just so I'm not. There's no confusion about that.
I know, but it's called
gonna-
staying in character.
I'm going to start conjuring a fireball, holding it out towards Voss. Like, excuse me? We'll burn this whole place down.
Lucas
I
just
didn't
pauses
know,
and is conflicted by the entire situation of what the fuck.
So you can clearly see this shopkeep has no idea what the fuck to do with this situation. She doesn't want her she doesn't want her shop to be burned down. And but she also doesn't want to piss off the hobgoblins. She sees you standing there. She wants to say you're allowed to come in, but an hobgoblin just said you weren't. So per societal standards, she can't argue with him.
Okay.
So she doesn't know what the fuck to do.
Since they want to speak this way,
Just wait outside. We got this.
I'm gonna
Play along.
I'm gonna punch him in the face.
You're gonna
What?
punch Voss in the
I'm
face.
gonna punch Ross in the face, just open, just a straight punch.
I would like to use
Hey,
my
there-
rapier and roll an attack for one.
No,
They-
Anand triggered. Anand, give me an attack roll. Give
If
me.
I
This is gonna
wanted
be a
to
strength
hurt
check.
you, yeah, if I wanted to hurt you, I wouldn't have punched you in the face. They want to be aggressive. I'm sure this is part of their customs. You said it's
Realize
strength
it's going to
check?
be with disadvantage.
Yeah, I don't
What
expect
is
to
it?
hit. I'm punching
It's,
you.
it's a surprise attack at this point for sure.
Yeah, it is a surprise attack.
Oh,
I think
then
it'd be a straight
it's a
roll.
Straight roll then, yeah.
But why would there be disadvantage?
Because of my cloak.
Oh, you have a. That's right. Cloak of displacement. That's right.
Yeah.
I'm also wearing a cloak of displacement.
But
Thought
yeah,
you
straight
weren't.
roll.
They took that. My bad.
I don't even know
So,
what to roll. I've
Just
never
roll a
rolled
d20. It's a d20 minus 1 for you.
in
And
That's
then
so sad.
then we'll just ask, like, okay, Lee, I
7.
assume that your AC is higher than 7.
Yes, it is.
So that doesn't hit. You clearly swing, but now
Anand doesn't even make a fist. It's just the wrist coming out at him.
but now the shopkeep is reacting appropriately as she immediately turns around, clearly meaning to signal some alarm because you just swung on a hobgoblin, the highest part of goblin society.
No, I'm gonna motion her with my hand
soon
not
as-
to even bother, and then I'm going to shove Anand.
Before he can touch me, I'm gonna Misty Step out of the building. So when he goes to shove, he's gonna stagger off balance.
Okay, we'll say that happens. So you're gonna shove him. He disappears, leaving behind a light mist where literally in the shape of where he once stood, as you like
Yes.
stumble through it on one leg.
You shoved him into oblivion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll teach you.
Absolutely destroyed him.
No respect.
And you know, she actually thinks that from this exchange too, because after that, with the way that looked, she says, "Well done, my lord. Well done, my lord. Of course, I could never question the true power of a brave, noble hobgoblin such as yourself.
I grunt.
By the way, I will at this point, though I believe you do have advantage on this. Give me a deception check, but I think changelings have advantage on deception
do.
checks to sell it. So
I don't know.
I also have actor, which kind of like literally could have double advantage.
well, that
on,
doesn't exist. But
Yeah, I know, but
Just
I
what
definitely know
happened
better what
before
to
me.
have
to get double
advantage here.
advantage.
Honestly, just with
Bro.
that performance
Wow.
was
Hold on,
That was a
I just
good
rolled
performance.
a 2 and a 3. I'm gonna go ahead and use one of my luck points, even though I don't need to. Actually, that should be empty. And just re-roll
you
that.
re-roll with
That's just
advantage.
embarrassing.
yeah,
That
you
was
can
an
re-roll with
experience
advantage.
of a lifetime. It was.
That's better.
All right,
I'll
that's
take
a little bit
23.
better. Just so you know, that 14 would have failed.
Yeah, I didn't even want to risk it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you sell it, and she says, "And between you and me, my lord, I've been a little uneasy with this new arrangement of adding the Vold into our alignments. I mean, us goblins as well as the orcs, we've gotten along just with each other just fine all this time. Why upset the balance?"
I'm not here to talk politics.
Very
And then
well. And,
I turn away from her, completely disregarding her.
Lord Hobgoblin, will you do me the honor of letting me know who I am in the company of?
Is she talking about me or him?
Both of you at this point.
Grix.
Of course, Lord Grix. And you, the silent one.
Ah,
I didn't. Wait, what did you say?
Not a damn
his
thing.
tongue was cut out. His tongue was cut out when he was being interrogated during a war years ago. He can't say anything. We just call him mumbles.
Oh, those. It was a dwarf, wasn't it?
Yes. Fucking dwarf. Oh,
Those blasted dwarves. Why would that dwarvish king think that the proud goblin people would bend a knee to him? That's right. You said I apologize, my
politics.
lord. You said you weren't here to talk politics.
I'm here for
Um,
business. Mumbles, what do we need? Go look around.
All right, I'm just gonna start dragging stuff since I'm kind of improving this whole thing, but you know that's fine.
Well, I'm looking for things in particular.
Non's teleporting us to the base.
Okay, he's gonna go ahead and start casting that. Let's
Yes.
see. Ooh, I
I
like
beg 'em
this
to.
one. Let's see. You guys have worked hard for this, so let's reward you for that.
This was a good what you call it, if I might say, all of that together.
How about one that's
RP
of
special?
storm?
Well, I'm still going through the list, so. Ooh, I like that, and Ooh, this is good. This is good. I like this.
I will go ahead and buy the bath potion.
Let me get the full list. Oh yes, this is good. Let's really reward you guys. All right. And we'll say we got some of these, some of these, and you know what? Just for good measure, we'll see there is one and only one of these. And last item. One and only one of these.
Ah, yeah.
Okay, that's a big one.
I like that one.
I will point very excitedly to the two potions of strength.
Yep,
Also,
we'll grab those.
there was two potions in particular I was looking for, and I've not done them in the components form.
Right.
So, potion of heroism and potion of speed.
Let's see. Let's leave it up to chance. I'm gonna roll a d4. If it's a 4 on the d4, she has a potion of speed. It was a 3. Potion
So
of
she has
heroism.
3 potions of speed.
No, that is 0. I was gonna
Ah,
say she had
3.
1 if it was a 4.
3.
So 50% chance that she has a potion of heroism. So on a 3 or 4, and it is a 3. So there is a potion of heroism in the shop.
And if not, does she have the components for them?
Let's see.
So, just to give you an idea, for the potion of heroism, I need Hill Giant rum, which is rare. Usually runs at 90 gold a pop. And
I can tell you they would definitely have Hill Giant rum here. They would have that.
considering where we're at, this might be the thing. I need testicles. I need balls of monstrosities, which usually run for
And Nod sticks his
750
head back
gold
in
a
the
pop.
door. You rang.
Not unless you want to get them lobbed off and put into a potion.
I mean, just have them regenerate.
They could.
So I'm gonna say no to the testicles, but yes to the rum. A place like this would definitely have rum
That's
like
what
that.
your wife says, isn't it?
Yes. How did you know?
Yes.
Alright.
As far as what goes on with the rest of this, I will let you guys RP this and negotiate however you see fit.
I got other rare stuff to look for, but I'll take what I can.
So, what are the
get.
components of the potion of speed? Let me know that. I'll
So-
tell you what they would and wouldn't have.
Well, there's a couple that can be swapped out. You can either have a hair of a what's the little fast thing?
Quickling.
Yeah,
And
hair
it
of a
takes. You
quickling.
have to shave an entire quickling. It takes all of their hair.
Well, that or blood of a megapede and breath
Okay.
of an air elemental.
Yeah, this isn't exactly where you'd find air elemental kind of
I
stuff.
didn't
Now,
think
maybe
so. That's what I was
earth-
going to say.
Now, maybe earth elemental. You might find stuff like that here if you'd be looking for it. But I mean, this is in the mountains, so air
Yeah.
elementals are going to be in short supply.
All right. Storm giant. Let me
And
see.
yeah, 90 gold a pop. That's fine. Deduct 90 gold, and you got it.
Cloud giant and potion of heroism. Those are the 3 things that I would like to grab. I'll go ahead and just deduct money and I'll buy. Yeah, that's
Alright, so
Did
which
you
one of
say
these
you
things
needed me to put 90 gold on this as well?
Well, no, it's 90 gold a pop for the Hill Giant rum. I'm just going to go ahead and give you a bunch of the Hill Giant rum here, so I'll go and deduct that.
I also wanted to buy that bath potion.
Yeah, that's
And-
only 50 gold.
Yeah, and how much is the potion of acid resistance? That's fine. 100.
Potion.
100 gold?
Yes, it is 100 gold.
All right, I'm
Okay,
Because I
buying.
do potions for minimum price.
All right, can I do that and also potion of force? So 250.
Sure, and she pulls the potions out and says it's 250 gold pieces, my lord.
All right, I gotta do math to figure out what that makes my
The storm
money
giant
now.
strength.
300.
3, 7, 4, 8 minus.
Okay, I think that's right. All right, so I gotta add that to my inventory.
And she's like shifting back and forth
That's-
nervously during this entire transaction.
Resistance. By the way, this reminds me of something. The last session, there was like a bunch of different types of magical makeup or something like that. And I was
Yes.
just like, I want it all. So later on, maybe add that list or whatever and tell me how much I owe, like how much it would be for the whole lot of it, because
You remember what shop that was at?
I don't remember.
I mean, like if I could find the parcel. Let's see. I think it might have been Galberg.
Parcel. It was just you throwing out random shit.
Okay,
It was at during the dates.
that's right.
Also, I want to grab that item of comprehension too.
Oh, the
Yeah,
You don't
potion
have
of
that,
comprehension.
gold. Yeah, I already deducted the gold.
Hey, how
Okay.
much is the potion of Storm Giant strength?
Just
So
for giggles.
she says this. That's
Yeah.
50,000 gold pieces, my lord. Give me an insight check.
I got you, Burr.
Well, you're not. You're not
You're
in
not
there.
in there, unfortunately.
Can I like?
Can I do an insight check?
Yes.
I will give you advantage.
I got a 24.
All right, that works anyway.
What do I
When-
find out with that?
When she says the price of that potion of storm giant strength, when she says 50,000 gold pieces, she sounds terrified when she tells you that price.
I'm going to lean in and say, my dear, don't be afraid. We need this potion for a very important mission for our alliance. Trust me, you want us to have this potion. It counts. Everything rides on it. I think you can do a little better, don't you? May I use that to make a perception check? Or, I mean, not perception check, a persuasion check?
Yes, you may. You can make a persuasion check with that.
31.
Oh my god.
Hey, it's like Shaz is back.
She says to you, what do
Outstanding.
you think is fair, my lord?
I think 500 would be at least enough to compensate you for the parts needed for it, and that way we can get this job done.
50,000 to 500.
Sorry, 5,000. I meant to say 5,000.
She's sweating at that, but
Any
eyes wide. She
glory,
Bro, that's a legendary potion.
for the glory of
Well,
Warhammer.
I'm going to be honest. The only reason I'm doing this is because they were talking smack about a nod. As soon as he does that, all of it, 5,000.
Also, you don't want to make my friend here angry. He's been very violent and irrational since he had his tongue cut out.
Whoa.
Can I add on a deception check, too?
sure.
already giving it to you.
To what end?
Just to make her even more terrified. Okay, that one didn't help as much, but yeah.
Don't you have advantage on that? Deception?
Oh yeah, sorry, I do have advantage on that. So
Okay.
29 and 31 for persuasion and deception. So I feel like she should be very well persuaded and deceived.
So
You know,
have
I
you
was
already
actually
put, have
thinking
you
about
already
like
put the
setting
money down?
fire to this place, but like they're going to go out of business just from this transaction alone.
You can get marked
I mean,
for the sales.
I'm not
Jesus
buying
Christ.
that potion. I think he is. I'm actually just helping to convince him to sell it to him for the decent price.
Hey,
So-
Lucas, You should
Lucas,
just
have you already
drop the
put money
illusion
down?
As soon as you walk in.
No. Well, actually, I bought the Hill Giant rum, but basically, when I said 5,000, I was saying 5,000 for the lot, not for the potion. For
all
everything that we're buying, it's gonna be 5,000.
Total.
What all are you buying? I need to
Potion
know
of-
how.
The potion of Cloud Giant Strength, the potion of Storm Giant Strength, and the potion of Heroism.
So,
Oh,
We're basically
So-
robbing. This is not a negotiation. This is a robbery.
yeah, I'm just doing some math real quick. So even assuming that you were getting the Storm Giant Strength at a highly discounted price, you're basically asking for 11,000 gold or 10,500 gold pieces worth of merchandise. Really, it's 55,500 gold pieces worth of merchandise.
has she put
but
all of this stuff on the table already? Like, are they staring at it?
It's. Oh, she's staring at the stuff, but it is all on the table.
And who else is in the room? Besides
just-
them three.
Oh,
340. That's
It's just the two hobgoblins and her.
Okay.
13.
I am going to peek my head in the door, stick my finger, and cast momentary stasis on the lady.
Okay.
So she's
Are you
just
trying to be
frozen.
discreet with this?
don't! You're the only person that they can recognize.
I mean, I guess I'm trying to be discreet. She's not noticing me. They're both standing in front of her. I'm peeking around the door, just like bibbity bobbity
If you're
booing with my
if you're
finger.
trying to be discreet with casting this spell, I'm gonna need a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand. I do want to try it. This would be hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
16's not bad.
Yeah, really. They're not bad.
Considering she's not paying attention to me, that's not bad at all.
So the spell goes off, and
And it's not a spell, it's an ability.
okay, that's right. So the ability goes off, and you did your best. Even though it's an ability, it still requires you to, do something to activate the ability. And she's frozen, but immediately once you do so, you hear a shout from off in the distance. You there, Vold! What are you doing hovering around this shop? As you see what looks to be a bugbear guard captain decked out in spiky armor, carrying a halberd sheathed across his back, that is walking at, I won't say a brisk, but a focused pace in your
I
direction.
am going to produce my magic carpet and say, I am waiting. I am simply transport for my lieges that are inside purchasing some goods.
He says, perhaps I should go in and introduce myself to your lieges.
I see why not. What they do is none of my business. I'm simply a humble transport.
And he goes to walk into the building.
I mean, he can't see anything.
What do I see?
She's just
1 second.
Stasis. There's
do I
no
see?
like visible cues with stasis. They're just
I know.
frozen.
Wait, who is the person?
This is like a guard captain. Like, he looks to be a higher ranking member of the military. This is a bugbear. With that being said, even though hobgoblins are technically part of the higher caste, this is a military officer. They might be higher, but barely.
Do Is anybody else around, by the way?
I am.
Probably
not
my
you.
giant
in
upward
general.
butt.
Is anybody else around besides?
Just your group, this guard captain. I mean, there's guards everywhere, but none of them seem to have. He seems to be handling this one on his own.
Okay.
And he is walking into the building, and he says, "Oh, apologies, my lord." Though he's speaking to the hobgoblins much more casually than she was. Almost like he feels like he's earned at least a small degree of equality with them just because of his station. He still uses proper pronouns or whatever, but he doesn't seem afraid. And after acknowledging the two hobgoblins in the room, he says, Eliuja, is this Vold hassling you? He gets up real close and... What's the matter with you? Eliuja! Strange.
Uh-oh.
Very strange. What is going on here?
How long does it say this lasts?
Let me check.
It doesn't last long at all.
Oh, it
says
doesn't
until
last.
the end
It
of your
doesn't
next
last
turn.
super
So
long.
at this point, she snaps back and, oh, Captain Skronk, I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry. I was just helping these noble hobgoblins here. She gives a small bow in each of your direction again, and he looks at you and like the two of you guys and says, "I'm a busy man. Is there anything to report here?"
Really?
He then just gives you guys a very small casual bow and says, "Good day to you, my lords." And he walks back out of the establishment. Potions are still on the table.
I just turn around and slap down my 5,000 gold and start scooping them all up.
She tries to object. She's like, "Oh,
Sorry, were you gonna say something?
Oh, by the way, I slapped down 3,200 gold and then I look over at Voss.
Yep. All right, we're on our way.
Yeah, I don't have 5,000, so I put down 3,200. That's...
I did spend 500 for one of the healing potions, so she actually got quite a bit more out of us.
So she's as you're leaving, she's just going, as
you.
you're
Have a
going
nice
to walk
day.
out, but she.
As the door is closing, as she's kind of in shock, I just kind of jump in the building, grab something off the shelf, and then take off.
Do y'all,
Oh wait, are you serious?
when y'all get it, when y'all leave, no,
I've
I've
when
already
y'all leave
pushed
the-
this envelope as far as it needs to go.
Okay, all right, never mind.
I was gonna say when y'all walk out the door, be like, Lucas, you remember that? You remember the old lady shopkeeper back on the beginning of our journey?
Yeah, it's actually what kind of inspired that. I was gonna set the place on fire. I'm not gonna lie, but then this turned out even better.
I want to do that now. I was gonna see if we could get away
Well,
with
I
it.
did say it's a metal building.
Ooh, cast heat metal on it and lock the door.
So a higher heat.
I'm just gonna say I didn't see shit and walk away.
I got one.
Okay.
I got one better. I was saving this for a hot minute, but this seems to work out fine. I'm just gonna. Did the door close behind us?
Yeah. Now
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
say the door is wood, but the rest of the establishment is metal.
That's fine. I'm just gonna walk up to a nod and like, look, this is a better way of doing things. And I'll knock on the door for somebody to come open it, and then I'll stick a key in the lock and I'll turn it and we'll walk off.
You're just gonna lock.
No, it's a key at night. It's gonna turn the door into a mimic.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
You know that uses the
good.
key, right?
Yeah, it's gone. I've had it for like almost a year.
Perfect.
This works.
Okay, as you knock on the door and she goes to open it, you turn the key and she grabs the handle and you can see the handle on the other side, but mimics have a natural adhesive. So you hear, "What is this? What is this? Ah! Ah!" And she just starts screaming, hand stuck to the door. as you see the door
Going the wrong way.
bulge outward in your directions, as you hear, and the door eats her.
That's good stuff.
We just keep making our way.
We're like super
Man,
awkward.
oh my
Just
God.
continue walking
Y'all don't
after.
y'all don't want to go back in and get the 3200?
Oh,
Well, we'd have to kill the mimic to get in through the door. That'll cause a commotion.
no.
Fair point.
No, I think we're good.
Sacrifice
Let's
the
get out.
3200.
We literally just stole like $70,000 or 70,000 gold of potions.
Nice.
I feel like we have been mean enough to Gavin tonight. We should just go.
You started
This is
it.
fine. All right.
Well, I'm back to being broke, so this feels pretty natural.
Okay. Did you add the appropriate potions to your inventory?
I did not. I need you to actually put them. No, you put them.
They are up there.
So, Anand, are we taking that trip back to the keep? And can we
I
get
am
back?
actually. Excuse me.
Yes.
Man, I got all sorts of crap in my throat. I'm not going to take them. I'm actually going to turn them over to Molly.
Did you give
Ah.
any presents?
I did take one of the potions of superior healing, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm only taking those 3 potions. Whatever you.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else that
Right,
you got,
okay.
you got.
Did you
I think
guys
that's what
buy
you
the
put
supreme
everything.
healing potion or no?
Hold on,
Oh,
let
we
me look
took
at what I
everything.
I
got.
mean, at a certain price, we didn't really
I
buy it.
took
We
a
just
potion
stole
of
a
sup-
lot.
So
I took a potion of superior healing that cost 800 or 500.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
So
she
I
never
have-
added that potion of supreme healing to the pot because that's an expensive potion.
Can
no,
Lucas
I didn't
make
even mess
the
with that one because it
Storm
was
Giant
5,000.
strength?
I didn't feel like it was worth it.
Strength?
Yes, but it would still cost you roughly 17,000 gold pieces worth of materials to make. But potentially, yeah, it would. He could do it. The trick is coming upon the components for it. That's the hard part.
yeah, it takes a toenail from a storm giant. That's the tricky part.
So does anyone know where we could go fuck up a storm giant?
I mean, there are mountains where
Or at
they.
least rifle through their bathroom.
Where's the fun in
Like
that?
toenail clipping. I'm just saying.
Oh no, it takes the whole toenail.
See, storm giant potion transport has a floating from. It's a fingernail, actually. Sorry, fingernail
Or
from
a
storm
whole
giant.
fingernail. Good luck convincing a storm giant to rip off an entire fingernail for you.
You'll grow back. We
Yeah,
just need
no.
a torture one and do the ripping out a fingernail torture method.
You got a big enough pair of pliers for that?
Oh, Bond can make some. We need to know what we do is to seduce one or like put them under narcotics.
Yes,
and keep them in the
please.
basement. Keep them in the basement.
Please.
And anytime we need some,
No,
you know,
I
and
like
just
your first
farm
thing.
him.
Seduce a storm giant. Please.
That I might be able to help with.
Bro, I don't know if it's
Oh.
gonna fit.
Yeah, I hope you're pitching and not catching. That's all I'm saying.
Either way, it's not gonna fit. In
I mean,
any
it'll
sense.
fit. It'll just be like throwing a coin in a well.
Fair point. I mean, this is never mind. No.
Yep.
Yes.
We're not gonna go. All right. I was gonna try and do some more shopping, but I am out of money, so that's as far as I go for getting stuff for potions.
Okay.
How much? Because
6,000.
You also have whatever money I have of yours.
well, if you guys
yeah,
want to do
he's-
some shopping to some rare places, I got
He's
somewhere
been
in
picking up your
mind.
money for you since you leave your money on the table sometimes.
So if you guys want to go see some other places to shop, I don't know how much shopping you guys want to do.
I don't want to do that. But...
I think
I
I know
okay.
what you're in a hurry to do.
I want to ask Gavin, not as
Yes.
DM, just dude to dude. Do you have a bunch of other stuff for us to do, or should we just do shopping this session?
I mean, I planned a whole session. With that being said, I don't like to tell you guys what to do and what not to do. So,
I'll be honest.
whatever
with
it
them,
is I have planned, we will eventually get there.
what I want
Okay.
to do would be super quick. Like we don't need to RP. It's like I'm not trying to pull any more shenanigans. I'm gonna get there, find how much this costs, and then we'd be back.
All right, I'll go with him and see what the shop has while we're looking for what he's looking for.
Gather up,
to
everybody!
elaborate more on your question, I really don't care what you guys do. Whatever you guys feel like doing is fine with
Okay.
me. if you don't get to the stuff, because I did have a lot prepared for this session, but if you don't get to it, that just means I don't have to work on stuff for next session. So I don't care either way.
So everybody, gather up and hold hands right quick.
Done.
Are we teleporting? All right, let's teleport.
We're skipping dimensions, and I'm gonna cast plane shift.
Oh God, where are you going?
This is actually easy. Do you remember the same place we ended up teleporting to go buy the $20,000 tuning fork? That was the same place I was able to find stuff to, like Blood of a Megapede that was there before.
Are you talking about Sigil? Are you going to Sigil?
Yeah, buddy.
Hey,
I've got
That's
the tuning fork to
literally
go there.
my favorite city in all of D&D.
Oh, I will say,
Sigil.
I will drop my disguise self, and I will tell Voss, like, don't be who you aren't going to Sigil. Because remember, this is the same place, like, you can't have any deceptive magic or lie or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I'll just transform back to myself. That's fine.
So, to explain Sigil, so I'll put it this way. As unbiased as possible, in this group, I want to know who would or would not potentially have knowledge of other planes of existence.
I'm pretty sure.
Considering I use planar shift a lot, I'm gonna say I do.
I studied at the college when I'm studying magic.
Then
I
you
would
would
be
know.
aware of their existence, but no mass
You
knowledge.
behave yourself in Sigil. Sigil is
I've
ruled
already been
over.
to Sigil before.
Yeah, we've been here.
I
We
know.
learned all this.
I know you have, but Lee hasn't.
I have actually.
And this is
It's where I got the illusionist bracers before.
really okay.
Yeah.
I still just want to say it anyway, just so it's fresh in everybody's mind. Sigil is ruled by an eternal named the Lady of Pain. She has more power than an actual god, but only within a small space. But in this city, she sees everything, she knows everything, she can do anything. You piss her off, that is a very, very, probably the quickest way for us to have another session 0 and you'd be rolling up a new character. So keep that in mind.
Oh, we're so strong right now, we can take her.
Go
Not
for
trying to do any
it.
shenanigans. I know where the potion shop or the magic shop is that we went to last time, so I'm just bamfing us over there, and then once we get done, I'm planning on bamfing us back.
Okay. So, you see a half celestial elf, male. Actually, funny enough, Lee, this is actually my second character that I ever used that has the name Sano. So his name is actually Sano, and I liked him enough that I made him an NPC in the game. So you see a half celestial elf individual, like long red hair tied in a ponytail, glowing yellow eyes, and he says, "I've seen you all before somewhere."
Yeah,
Right, it was a few months ago. You were the what was the draconic elf woman, and there was all of you. I don't recognize you. He points at you, Voss, and says, "I recognize all of the rest of you. It's been a while. Welcome to Sanos Planar Emporium. How do you do?"
Oh, delightful. I hope you have some goods for us. Something exciting.
Well, you see, I travel to many different planes. In fact, really my sort of niche that I've carved out for myself is I get oddities that leak over from the far realm through a rift in the eastern region of the Outlands.
That sounds great.
Sounds exotic.
Yeah, I'm excited. Let's go.
Well, perhaps I should ask, what is it really that you are looking for? You see, I've garnered a bit of a new, how do I put it? So I have a rare artifact. This artifact is not for sale. It's what allows me to do business. To a certain degree, I can manipulate matter. Basically, what I am saying is that I have too large of an inventory for even myself to keep up with. So this is why I ask what it is that you are looking for. For it is only through knowing that which you seek can I acquire that for you. So, tell me.
I have a few things, depending on what you have, but I'll start with the basic ones. I'm looking for potion of speed, or the components for it, and potions of heroism, or again, components for it.
When you say the potion of speed, he starts laughing. He says, "Oh, I can certainly acquire the material for you, or rather, the creature that it is from. I cannot guarantee that I can catch it once it appears. That will be up to you."
Well, it doesn't have to be Quickling. It could be blood of a megapede. You can use one or the other.
The Quickling would be easier for me, and it would be cheaper. I could get the blood of a megapede for you, but that would cost you a bit more. If you are in the market for a game, perhaps I could bring a Quickling here, and all you would have to do is catch it and shave it. After all, for adventurers of your capacity, I'm sure you can manage that.
Can anybody else plane shift us back? Well, I didn't know if Anad said he plane shifts all the time.
Oh, you said can I get you back?
I can catch the Quickling, but I if I do that, I won't be able to get us back.
Yeah, I got it. No problem.
Then yes.
Yeah. I mean, I
Very
can
well.
also do it with Wish, but I'd rather not use Wish.
Sean, just for reference here, I need to know the price of the blood of a megapede, because I'm going to make it 50% of that for him to summon a Quickling. So I trust you to be honest.
Blood of a megapede is not cheap. It is 1,500 gold.
Okay, so for 7, and this is, pretend I didn't ask you that. So he says, for 750 gold pieces, I can reach into the Feywild itself and pull a Quickling here.
I've got it. Go for it.
Can you get more than one?
I could. I'd recommend dealing just one at a time, though.
I got it.
You want me to summon multiple at once?
Just 2.
1,500 gold pieces. I must see the money first.
Anad will bust
I've got
out
my
the
purse
wallet.
with me.
We've all got the wallet.
Okay. He takes one of the coins,
He's like,
bites it
One.
just to make sure.
2.
Real gold.
So just let me know when this happens, and I'm going to do it in tandem with you, if you would, please.
Very well. He snaps his fingers and the money disappears. And then he snaps his fingers again, and you see this platform of the floor open as this like black void appears out of it. And immediately when it appears in the room becomes icy cold, like 20 degrees and dropping cold. He says, on the count of 3.
I'm going to go ahead and ready an action then. So, yeah.
All right. He goes 1, 2, and snaps his fingers, and immediately these 2 blue streaks just burst from this black portal.
I twin cast Dominate Monster.
All right, let me see what... That's a wisdom save, right?
Yep, and I'm going to go and snap my fingers and say 1 auto fails with a 7.
Nice. Okay, let's see what the other one does.
My DC's 21.
Well, it's a strong 14, so... they are both dominated as these 2... Like, these are tiny creatures. They look to be about 9 inches tall. And they are just eyes glazed over, just standing there. Their bodies vibrating, because that's what they do. But, not moving anywhere.
Cool. I've got them both under my control for the next hour. So I'll just have them scurry on back and let them get a nice little trim.
He, witnessing this, Sano just starts laughing. He's like, that was entertaining to watch. Very well. I like when you visit. Feel free to come visit me again anytime. However, surely there is more that you seek. Perhaps would you like to see a color that you've never seen before? Can you even imagine? From the far realm itself. Or perhaps you would like an orb which defies gravity. You simply just press a button, put it there, and it stays in place.
I mean, all that sounds really cool, but I'm broke, so just gonna be honest with you. Unless you got something that's less than 98 gold, I'm not gonna be able to do much for you.
I can give you the amulet of Flurple. It will let you see a new color.
What?
50 gold pieces.
Flurple. Do you have anything that can cure
I'll take it.
my curse?
Hmm.
This is sigil, is it not?
It is. Yeah, this is both the figurative and actual literal center of the universe that you are at.
So this is the place. I'll tell him about what I have. You have
He
something that can cure?
thinks and says, I can probably conjure something that would do the trick. It's whether or not you would be willing to suffer the trade-off.
What's the trade-off?
You see, here in the outer planes, we deal in more than just money. While contracts are primarily relegated to the lower planes, we deal with them too here. After all, you are just as likely to see an angel walking the streets of Sigil as you are a devil. I will give you an item that, while quite painfully, it would break your curse. You would owe me a favor. That is all. And that would apply to each of you, by the way. If I call and I need help, you would just help me. That is it. I can promise that it would be nothing illegal. I can promise it would be nothing that would get you in trouble with any of the higher-ups that be.
I'm gonna whisper to Lucas. I like that a whole lot better than swearing fealty.
I mean, a favor from a place that they can't lie or do anything mischievous seems a lot better than whatever the Magi had going on.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I get to retain my autonomy.
If we set up this sort of a working relationship, by the way, I love what you have with the shop here and the whole, like, freezing things down to summon things in. Outstanding stuff. Could we, like, maybe get, like, a membership card for this place as well? You know, just something for future purchases if we're going to have an ongoing relationship.
You know, I've never thought about it. Perhaps like a punch card, like a piece of paper that I can put a stamp on that cannot be replicated.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
Perhaps. So I will say, just before, because again, I cannot lie or attempt to deceive you with this deal, whatever favor that I ask, while it will not be illegal or unsanctioned in any way, I cannot swear that it will not be questionable or dangerous.
I mean, as
I
long
think
as
we
we're
all
not
feel-
I think
societal.
we do questionable,
Questionable.
dangerous things. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're okay with that.
Very well. We must speak collateral, though, because that is how these contracts work. You know, you can't even seal the contract without that, so I would know what you would offer me should you not come to my aid when I ask for it.
What do you want to, like, you're wanting to hold said collateral now, I assume?
Well, not necessarily now, trust me. Once the contract is signed, whether you are willing to part with it or not, you will part with it.
A sentient
will-
fire seed?
No. A sentient fire seed.
Fire seed. I could get you one in 100 years.
No, I know what I'll know what I'll do. I'll put up shield of the hidden lord. This will be collateral.
Hey, Gavin.
What's up?
If it's a if the just if it does have a seed and we make it sentient, will the seed become sentient?
Babies are sentient, even though they become even smarter.
I would
humans.
say for that, you don't know if you would be spawning a race of sentient mega trees or not. But
Rise of the Triads, campaign 4.
Yes, this is literally like, hold on, Gith Yankee, a new beefy boy is in town.
Hey, Gavin.
what's up?
If we're in Sigil again, there is one thing that I wouldn't mind looking for, and I'm putting it in chat.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
that.
I was talking to Gavin about getting that a while back.
Well,
So
finish addressing me.
Yeah, I'll finish that. He seems very excited at the Shield of the Hidden Lord. And you gather you don't need to explain to him what this is. He's like, we've already discussed terms. I'd almost just want to ask for this in exchange. Would you potentially be willing to just part with that instead of owing me a favor? He says hesitantly because he feels like you're going to say no.
I kind of am using it. Like, I still fight frequently. I kind of need it.
You can tell he wants that shield bad.
You know what I forgot?
Very well.
I forgot that, and I know this is going to be so dumb. I just read the shield for the first time in a very long time. It gives me auto fire resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I haven't used that.
I don't think you've been hit by fire, so I don't think it's mattered. Other than from the meteor swarm.
Yeah.
That might have helped.
Yeah, it might have.
Yeah, that plus absorb elements. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I have too many things to keep track of, so
We're
I
in the
trust you guys
hospital.
to know your own
I
I
stuff.
would have survived.
Absorb
Okay.
elements just gives you resistance. The shield gives you resistance, so you don't get double resistance.
Yeah.
So this is a room that you cannot lie in, right?
Well, this whole city, it's not that necessarily you can't lie or deceive, but you can't have, I wouldn't even say evil, you just can't misbehave here. So it's not
Okay.
even like you have to necessarily always tell the truth. You just have to conduct yourself properly.
What's this? I don't know if you have these, but or if you're able to access, but I have a spire seed coming in about 100 years, and it also potentially has the ability to be sentient.
Oh?
Well, yeah. What's to say that can't get me maybe a couple of slaying bullets?
So literally, I will sell you my unborn child for your wares.
He says,
really.
I can acquire those easily enough, but it will cost you.
But a sentient spire seed.
Right, but where is the seed? I mean, I deal with either contracts or what you
Oh,
have
well, that's
with
what
you
I'm saying.
in
I
the
sign
now.
a contract with you that you give me slaying bullets, and in the future, when I have the seed, which I will, I swear to you, I have planted a spire seed, and I plan to make it sentient, and the seed potentially could become sentient itself.
And what happens if in 100 years you are no longer alive? Who brings me the seed?
In 100 years, I'll be alive.
You cannot guarantee that.
Okay, my friend Anand here will bring you the seed. One of my
How can
compatriots will bring you the seed.
How can any of you guarantee that you're alive? How do I know that all of you won't die tomorrow?
Right now.
Isn't the contract binding by magical means where
Sure,
you can get
but that's what the collateral is for. If
exactly?
Anand there, if he
Okay.
dies tomorrow, I get his shield.
Yeah, and if I die before the contract's up, you automatically get this fire seed in 100 years.
Right, but it's not.
But we
there,
have
though,
wares
if
we
you-
can just trade them.
Okay, whatever, fine.
Here, I have stuff. Like I don't have money, but I have stuff. If you want to just get your bullets, man.
Yeah, I know. I don't want you to use your stuff. But I
Much
do
of the
want some of the
bullets.
same bullets.
I will
5,000 apiece.
say this, Anand. I meant Bon. I said I combined Anand and Bon to Nan. Anyway, now I want Indian food. Bon, if you'll give me a persuasion check, I will tell you this will be a rather high DC.
No luck point. Where is it? Persuasion. Come on, something better. Fucking 5. Seriously? Alright. Never mind. Whatever.
He says, "I'll make the deal, but I'm going to need
Oh,
some
shit,
rather
alright.
strong collateral for that.
Okay. Fuck. Alright,
What can you offer me that you have right now that could automatically be delivered to me should you be unable to fulfill your end of the contract?"
automatically right now? That can be delivered to you.
Body, like what?
I have this semi-sentient William.
He looks at it and says, "More."
Fucking what? Okay. Alright. I mean, you know.
You take him as someone
that's
who
cool.
likes to drive a very hard bargain.
Okay. I don't know. Fuck.
I'm treating
Okay.
your role as a partial success. A full
Yeah,
success,
yeah.
which was a DC 30, he just would have gone along with it.
Yeah. Inventory. Don't have anything really. I mean, a skeleton key, but you don't care about that. I got a soul token, but you probably don't care about that either.
He thinks, puzzled for a second, and says, "I am not even going to ask for your soul. After all, I'm not a devil. That's
No,
more of
no,
reliance-
this isn't my soul. This is
I-
somebody else's soul.
He says,
And I
"Let
hold
me
up one of the. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
He says, "Let me finish. I'm not even going to ask necessarily for your soul. I have a deal.
Okay.
If you would be willing to, in the event of your death, just make the Outlands be the plane where your soul settles. You would still have your full autonomy. For that weapon of yours, and for that condition, I would give you these slaying bullets. And after all, I love it here. The Outlands, as many planar travelers would say, is the closest to the material plane as the outer planes get."
You know what? Yeah, you're right. It's better than being in like hell or something like that. So sure, deal.
This man just traded soul for ammo?
No, not soul.
He'd still
I
have
was
his
just-
full autonomy. This is just, he knows
Bro.
that this is where he goes when he dies.
Bro,
If I
what?
die if I die before the contract,
Giving him the
is
Spire Seed. Yeah.
Why don't you? You sure you don't want just some money? I have some money.
I don't have any money. I'm fucking broke. I don't
Bro.
want. I mean,
He,
it's
Right,
he
but before
reiterates
you start
again,
making-
"I love it here. I think this is the
Hold on, my dad's
best
calling.
plane."
It just sort of seems weird about your eternal resting area is being decided. So
Yeah, true.
just putting that out there for a few bullets might not be something of deciding your final destination.
Perhaps
Exact,
I am
yeah.
offering you a favor, though. After all, again, this place is great. The if you want to continue adventuring, you can do so. And that's not to say that you couldn't visit other planes. You could. But this is where this is your base of operations.
It doesn't sound like a bad deal in that regard, but at the same time, it's for some bullets, man. Do you really need to deal with where my soul ends up?
I know I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do. I disagree with the whole transaction.
Very well.
Huh?
He seems disappointed.
Ah, well, you know. I have a hard bargain, but no.
Perhaps you could call me a bit of a patriot. I want more people to come here and see what kind of place this is. That is all.
Yeah, well.
Well, anything else?
I think we're good.
And also, I haven't forgotten about you, Lee. Just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready to get out of here. But yeah, y'all can do y'all's thing.
All right. So, what exactly are you looking for again?
You're asking me?
Yes.
The super book of charisma.
Leadership
yeah.
influence? Yeah.
So, you don't believe you can find that, but could potentially find something comparable. So, in this same shop, you're just perusing. You find just very unassuming bottle of a potion that you can't identify sitting on the shelf. It's this orange liquid with this like purple gel suspended in it, almost like it's made out of two liquids that just don't mix as they swirl around in this. I will say the smell of this potion is so putrid that even through a sealed bottle, if you get your face close enough to it, you can pick up an odor.
Okay.
But it is just radiating a magical energy from this potion. And you've never really seen anything like it. Even Lucas has never seen a potion that looks like this before.
Do I need someone to cast Identify on it or something?
We're in the
You
shop.
could do
We
that, or you
ask
could
him.
just
Or can I just
ask
ask
him.
what it is? Yeah, I'll ask about it.
Oh, you found the Ultra Divine Tonic. Yes,
No?
quite rare. You see, this potion is made from a plant that only grows once every 1,000 years. It only grows in one isolated place in the multiverse. So you can only make... It typically has a pretty high yield, but usually only one of these potions pops up every century or so. Essentially what this does is, well, it's highly toxic. But should you survive the process of drinking it, you will find that you come out of that with a higher degree of power than you had when you started. I'll share the item, just so you guys can see it. And this may or may not have been influenced by Dragon Ball.
$30d6. 30d6.
That's a little over 100 damage average.
Even so, that's outstanding.
Yeah. No, I have to buy that 5,000. 8,840.
No, more than that, actually. I forgot to change the price. He says, for 10,000 gold pieces.
Sir, could I convince you to make it a little more affordable, like maybe 8,000? And I would like to make a persuasion check.
I'll let you make the check, but first he's gonna say, oh, I'm sorry, is the potion made from a plant that grows once every 1,000 years too expensive?
A little bit, yeah. And then I roll a 24 on persuasion for whatever that's worth.
8,500 gold pieces, and not a gold piece less.
Sold. All right, let me use a calculator to figure out how much that leaves me. 13,840 minus 8,500. 5,340. Okay. Yep. I will go ahead and add that into my inventory. Let's
Yep.
go. Wait, was that for 2 of them?
That was just for one.
Oh, does he have another one?
I think so. So someone else can buy the other one. I bought one of them.
No, it looks like he's only got one.
Oh, I'm sure he's got like 5. So,
It,
you know.
it gave me 2 initially, and I literally put one back. So I thought that meant someone else
Oh.
could get one. But okay.
I don't know why, but okay. Yeah, no, he's
Yes.
just got one.
I would like to buy your other 4 that you have.
He's just got one. But yeah, so the average damage for that, I think, is like... It's like 105 damage is the average damage you take whenever you drink that. If you fail the saving throw, of course. And then you have to survive for 24 hours after drinking it.
Oh, by the way, since we're just asking for all sorts of stuff, hey, do you have a more concentrated version of this? I'll reach out to my necklace to pull up my Bloodwell file.
I think we're gonna. I think he's about handled as much inventory as he can for today.
Yeah. I just know I ask for that every once in a while, so there you go. I think we've tapped this as far as it used to go.
All right. I'm not saying no to you ever getting another one, but that's gonna be like a Arc 3 kind of thing. But you're almost finished with Arc 2.
All right. Well, that's all I came to do, and I got some potions to make. So whenever y'all are ready.
Sentient tree. Sentient tree.
Yeah, so when you guys plane shift back, just so you know, anytime you cast the plane shift spell and you go to a plane, you can just, for your spawning location on that plane or world, just appear at a like a sigil sequence that you know.
All right,
So it's
well,
not
as
even
long
like
as
you'd have to plane shift back and then go to and then cast magic circle again.
Yeah, we're set to meet this dude in the morning, so I mean, like we can just roll back and bring the tree to life.
Oh shit! I almost fell.
Alright, I'm back.
But is that what you guys are doing?
What did I miss?
Are we done yet?
Oh, you missed a. I'm surprised. So that's why you didn't comment.
Yeah, I was on the phone with my dad. Sorry.
Look at the name of the item that I have linked in chat, and you should recognize it immediately.
Ultra Divine Tonic.
It's from Dragon Ball.
Really?
Yes, the Ultra Divine Water in Dragon Ball
Yes,
that Goku
yes.
drank that almost killed him, but he got stronger after drinking it. I literally
Yes.
made it.
I'm going straight Goku.
As if when you drink this potion, you make a con saving throw, taking 30 d6 poison damage on a failed save. Holy crud.
Remember Goku drank the Ultra Divine Water and almost died, but because he survived it, became back stronger? Though there's a fan theory that there's actually nothing special about it, and all it did was give him a Zenkai boost because he almost died. But that's...
Yeah, I think
yeah.
so too. I never reached 0 HP on one ability. Oh, so I get to also... So it'll heal me, and I get to...
No, it
increase my
doesn't heal
max.
you. It does the opposite.
No, I'm saying... So it will get rid of my curse, and I get...
Oh, no,
my
that's not the
ability
item. The item that he gave you is something different. That's something that was just got bought.
Oh,
Though-
who bought the ultra? Who bought the tonic water?
Voss did.
He doesn't need that.
I'm gonna have 22 charisma, biatch.
I want some tonic water. I want to have 22 intelligence.
I'll just put it this way. This will not be the last opportunity in the campaign to get an item that boosts your max in a stat.
All right.
So
Fine. I could. Just
I've already thought up of multiple different.
Oh.
You could just do what now?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Okay.
Well, all the same, didn't he get his agreement to get his curse lifted?
Oh yeah. So this is the
He did.
collateral, and my curse is gonna. So what happens? How does that transpire?
He hands you an amulet, and he says, "This is a piece of a dead god that was salvaged from the astral plane. Crush this up, make it into some tea. You'll find your curse will be lifted.
Which god?
You've
I
been
put it in-
forewarned. It
Okay.
will be painful."
I'm gonna
But you'll
put it
live.
in Lucas's hand. Oh, hi, alchemist! Would you make me some god tea? Yes.
It would be my honor.
Yes. Now this would be worthy of taking a bump of God. Oh, that would be ridiculous. Dude.
I'll even take out my little fruit juice skull. I'll even make it flavored, whatever flavor you
Ooh.
want.
Perfect. Perfect. Doing a holy line. Yes, I would. Oh, I probably should be in a place to brace myself.
Well, we're going back to the castle, so
Okay, let's go back. I'm gonna be down. Yes, and I want and I can't wait till I can emerge and buck on the Archon.
I'm going to be interested to know what you name this tree after you bring it to life.
Please call it the Tree of Might.
Please
Oh,
call it the
dude.
Great Deku Tree.
Please, no, the Tree of Might.
The great old one.
No, that's something
No, that's
different.
Cthulhu.
Yeah, that's Cthulhu.
just Treebeard.
Tree man.
Yes.
So, I assume you've teleported back. You plane shifted back already. You're
Yeah,
there.
I'll take them back.
So, you arrive back at your fortress, and you find that this tree is probably already about 75% grown. It's tall enough that it is now cresting above the top of your fortress already.
Sweet.
Looks
Sick.
So yeah, Kleebor greets you, of course, when you arrive.
Yeah, Kleebor.
And you are standing before the tree with these little vials in
Is
your
Kleebor
hand.
with us?
He is. Now, I will
Is it
say
gonna
this.
take both vials?
No, yeah, I mean, by the description of the item, no.
Okay.
So it's just about a little 1 ounce vial. It's not even like a full flask. It's just a little vial. Don't spill it and accidentally animate a blade of
Going
grass.
off the rails. We're about
So-
to bring a tree to life.
Is Kleebor with us?
Chicks.
He is.
Kleebor, don't be scared by this. I'm about to give this tree more life than it's had.
I
It's about
would.
to be able to talk.
You would imagine that you would want to put that potion on the side of the tree that you would want his face to be on. So keep that in mind.
What if we gave this to a
Ooh,
Tarask?
yeah. So, it's okay. No, well, there's no trash right here. So,
Do you want Jurassic
Um,
Park? Because that's how you get Jurassic Park.
That is how you get Jurassic Park.
okay, I put it because. So, how is this? So,
So it's right now. You've got your fortress, right? And there's
Yeah.
a broken crosswalk. I won't even say crosswalk, but what's the word I'm looking for? Like bridge, but not
Okay.
bridge. But anyway, that word.
Underpass.
That's crumbled, but you have planted the tree in a way that part of the fortress that was just a useless walkway is now actually like leading to in a functional way to the tree. So the tree is literally like flush against your fortress at this point.
Yeah, just
Okay.
So
whatever
would
side
you-
of it looks out to the town, man. That way it's
That's what I'm
watching
thinking.
over. Yeah.
Oh, well, that or do it the side where you could see the water and it could be a watch out. But yeah, no, I'm gonna do it the side of the town, so it can see over the keep and it can look over the lands.
Okay. Yeah. You do it. And at first you're like, This is bullshit. This thing didn't work. Like it just looked like water when you pulled it out of that, and it's like, I'll say a solid minute has gone by and nothing has happened yet.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck, damn, dude. That's a piece of junk. We need to get our money back.
And then suddenly,
What the fuck?
this face appears, and he looks as this branch that's now functioning as his arm, and
what is this? Where am
Oh.
I?
Yes.
What am I?
Happy
You
birthday!
are a spire tree.
his voice when he speaks is like an earthquake. It rumbles the very ground when he talks.
Aspire. That is a funny name. I'm
Yeah.
Who are you? What are they?
I am Bon Vorax, a half elf. These
I
are
assume-
my compatriots here.
By the way, it says it speaks a language of your choice. What language are you picking? Is it just common or
Common.
something else? Okay.
Common. Yeah,
And it
just
has an
speaks
intelligence of
common
10. So it's not a genius, but it's, it's as smart as your average commoner.
I see.
Now,
and
language.
all
Gavin,
of the
is
rest
it
of you, what is your names?
Lucas Kaiser.
It seems very confused and out of puts.
My name is Your Royal Highness.
No, it is not. That is not his name.
Yes, it is.
His
Yes,
name
it
is
is.
not. I am technically the lord of these lands. This guy is a non.
Anand.
Yeah,
I
Anand.
see. That is a name in the Elvish tongue.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a perverted elf.
I see. And what is my name?
Oh.
You are
No,
Sir
no,
Wood.
no. You don't say shit. You're not saying crap. No. Well, what do you? Well, if you were to name yourself, what would you think?
God, really put me on the spot, aren't you?
Ah!
Birch, please.
Yes.
This percentage of my sessions are all improv.
Yeah, but I wasn't expecting to name a tree, so... let's see.
I'm
Douglas.
just thinking the overseer or something like that. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, but if you're gonna
How
call it
about-
that, you gotta have a nickname like just Ovi.
Obi, yeah.
Obi.
Obi. Dude, that's a sick nickname.
Woody.
He's
Woody.
thinking, he says...
Woody.
Woody.
He's thinking, he
Morning
says-
wood.
Overseer.
Yep.
For the elves, they usually use an eagle as a symbolism for one that watches.
I'm going to say it speaks a second language, and that's Elvish, because by this point he's made a lot of references towards it. The word for eagle in Elvish is Irie.
Oh.
Are you
I
gonna
feel like-
name yourself Irene?
Yes, Irie. No, it's Irie, not Irene. Get out of
It's
here.
it's Eyrie.
It just
It's
sounds like
Irie.
you're Jamaican
I like
saying it's all right.
Yes,
Everything's
it is
Irie.
all right.
It's Irie.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Irie.
It'd be Irie.
It's
That's like,
Irie.
is your favorite soda root beer?
Oh my god.
Oh, shut up. Oh my gosh. Yes, Irie sounds almost like ivory. You know, fuckheads. But I agree with his name.
It's in the notes.
Well, I really like that you have come to join us here.
What-
Bum.
He
Ha!
So, and this is when it kind of catches you off guard, though, because he then says,
Hold on.
as he starts pushing against the ground, and he uproots himself from the
What the
ground.
fuck?
He's an ant. That's just weird.
Well, I definitely was not expecting that.
Now he can go adventuring with us.
God, now I have to stat this thing.
You did this to yourself. Don't even.
I know I
start
did.
again.
So it's a world tree sized ant.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna say that.
Um,
No, he can't go adventuring with you.
I would suggest you
He probably
So,
his weakness is
okay.
fire.
I've got a question, Gavin. I'm attuned
Okay.
to this thing. What does that mean at this point?
I will get back to you on that.
Familiar rules. Has to be.
Oh shit, dude.
You should be able to
this is
summon
a
and
curveball. I
dissummon
wasn't
it.
expecting for you guys to awaken the Spire Tree. Never, honestly, I gave you those because I was thinking
quality.
you would use it on honey. That's what I was thinking.
That is quality.
That's so good. I would say you fully submerge yourself back underground so you can finish growing, because you are currently
Yeah,
not.
so I'm going to say that as just to put a cap on this. It can't do that forever. It walking around uprooted would be the equivalent of a human being having to hold its breath in order to move.
Gotcha.
So, like, it can, but like, it's not a reliable thing.
Unless we
So-
find a way to put an oxygen tank on it.
It has to absorb nutrients from the ground
That's
to
fine. We
sustain
could give
itself.
we could give it planter shoes for the roots, and it walk around in buckets of dirt. Don't play
You
with me.
you would do it. You would do it.
Yes.
So, but we'll cross that bridge later. So, yes, you have an awakened Spire Tree now. This is growing more and more unhinged by the moment.
Yes,
quality.
sir.
Man, this is crazy, Lucas says as he's pouring the
Okay,
potion down
alright.
Mr. Pimple's throat.
I would say we can do it to the keep.
Did you just pour Hill Giant strength down Mr. Pibble's throat?
No,
No,
it's
that would
the-
be hilarious, but the
Oh,
potion
bro,
of
I was gonna
awakening.
say that's a tank cat. Oh.
Okay.
Mr. Pibbles.
Yeah, you have a
We'll,
sentient.
we'll hold off on that. We've got enough
Okay.
going on this one.
Because I have the, I got a potion too. That's-
Well, no, there were only
No.
two. There were only two.
Oh, I thought I had it. Okay, we'll share. Whatever. Who has the better idea is fine.
Dude, I thought the
So-
Scindian tree was fucking awesome.
Can I go inside and use the and with Lucas and take the tea?
Yeah, I'll hand because I've got a lab now. I bought a bunch of really nice lab equipment.
Yeah, no, you've got a full-on apothecary in there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I got my potions of speed to make, but the first thing I'll do is I'll just.
Hey, did anybody forget about our arrangements with that one guy?
What one guy?
Dude, you gotta be way more specific.
The one guy
Yeah.
with the arm and the eyes. You know, we just talked to him earlier.
Yeah, it's not morning yet.
We're supposed to
It's
see him
still
the
the same
next
day.
day at that
Oh,
hotel
okay.
out in the Red District.
Okay, I thought it was supposed to be
Uh,
afternoon. My bad.
Boss.
Yes.
I am about to take this tea that is supposed to hurt me really bad. Can I borrow your simulacrum so he can watch over me while I suffer through agony and keep me from dying or, whatever?
Sorry, what potion? You need which potion?
So he has the
I-
potion that's going to break his curse.
I'm about to drink a tea made from a dead god that is going to tear me up worse than blue cheese and hot wings. And that's a deadly combo when you're lactose intolerant.
I was say, I'm like,
but-
okay. Oh, okay.
But I am. I need. I was just gonna ask if I could borrow your simulacrum, and he kind of like watch over me in case a heal or a mend or some assistance is needed, because everybody else is gonna be busy while I'm in here, like on the verge of death.
Oh, he'll gladly do that.
Or I can just give a washable wealth potion to Voss, and he can do it himself, so his Simracum doesn't have to use his spell slots.
Whatever works. I just,
Let me know
Just in
what you want
case.
to do.
Whatever works. As I'm about to throw this god back. Making a god shot.
Back for a real one.
Yes.
Hey, Bon, while you're offering potions of Watch for Us, can I get one from you?
For me? Do I have one?
From Bon. Bon's
Oh, okay. I thought you said Voss. Okay.
Awesome.
Cool.
I got them similar sounding names.
Yeah, I didn't know what everyone else's name was when I made my character.
I mean, I'm
Literally.
not that similar.
Voss, Bon, they're pretty similar.
They have none of the same letters in each word.
Yeah, but it's the pronunciation, man. Especially when you put a little drawl on it.
Sure.
They
I
both
get
know
I
who's
more
getting a
get
watchful
Vaughn
rest
and
potion.
Anand mixed up than I do Voss with any of them.
So y'all just tell me who's getting a watchful rest potion.
I just need one, man.
Okay, just one for him. So I'm gonna turn it to 8.
I'm going to go ahead and throw that down the hatch, and I'm going to get busy in the lab because I need 16 hours to make these 2 potions of speed.
I did want to say, just as a DM, one thing that I was really wanting to do this session, just so we know what my goal was, I wanted to at least get you guys set up to start the final boss fight at some point next session. Not be in
Fuck
it
yeah.
this session, but start it next session.
I want to be in it this
So that's
session.
the
I want
goal.
some combat.
Well, we're going to have to not dick off and shop for 3
Well,
hours.
I mean, like, not necessarily start next session already in it, but get to it
Yeah.
at some point next session. So that's really the only time frame I'm trying to run by. Which, to make that happen, that would mean you guys essentially ending the session in Callum Lux. And I feel like if you guys do that, then I could make that happen.
Let's go then. So, Voss, what are you all doing? Do you want the Do you want the Simulacrum to do it and just take a point of exhaustion, or do you want you to do it and you get a watchful rest potion? What's going on?
I'll go ahead and use
Or
the
y'all can take
Watchful Rest
turns.
potion.
Okay, that's fine. And then I'll mark that down to 7. And actually, I'm going to mark it down to 6 because I'm going to take one too.
Okay.
Look at that! Look at that, Gavin! They're getting used. See, I don't have an abundant of it. I can't stay up
No.
for three weeks straight anymore.
I figured you would like that.
Exactly.
Knowing that the end of Arc 2 and the BBEG boss fight is on the horizon. I figured you'd like that.
I would like some slaying bullets, but I don't have any money for those.
Yeah, you guys have the deck pretty well stacked in your favor so far.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Well, it is the strongest monster I've ever built. So.
Yay.
Anyway, so yes. So, dealing with Anand's thing first. So you have this teeth, and it glows for starters, so that's cool. And yeah, it actually smells quite pleasant. But you don't really know what to expect.
I even carved my little symbol on the
Did you
on the
flavor
container.
it?
Sure.
What kind of juice does it taste like?
Ambrosia. Nectar of the gods.
Yeah. You know what? We'll go with it.
All right. Yeah, give me a Constitution saving throw.
All right, I'm gonna throw it back.
And you feel as
Ration.
though, giving you a bit of a hint here, if you do well on this, there might be a little more for you.
Oh well, in that
Bardic
case,
Inspiration?
I'm gonna scrap that. I'm gonna do a reroll. What does the Bardic Inspiration give me? A plus what?
Oh, actually,
There's a
hold on one
D12.
second. I forgot to do the trivia at the beginning of the session. That might help for this.
Oh,
Can anybody tell me what Cypher Gan's hair color is?
I'm not gonna say it. I already know it. If I say it, can I give him the point of inspiration? If he doesn't have them already?
I'll say yes.
Green.
Okay, it's green. Yeah.
Okay. Anand, you
So
have
I
a point
get
of
it.
inspiration. Well, technically, yeah. Actually, Sean, you would get 100 gold.
I'm passing it on to a nod.
Oh,
Okay.
so I have inspiration. What is the anybody got blessed?
And this is a con save, just so
Yeah.
you know.
What has got guidance?
I think doesn't Neston have something? Because he's with us.
Neston is. I don't think he's with you.
He's always with us. He's been with us.
Let me see.
Why
He
wouldn't
might.
he be with us?
I was gonna say he can't guide me.
He's traveling with us to.
Well, guidance doesn't work to saving throws. It works on. Actually, does it work on saving throws? I don't
No,
think
it doesn't.
does. Okay.
It's just skill checks.
Only
Is Voth there?
What?
He needs a inspiration.
You're
yeah.
blessed.
I can take off an inspiration. Yep.
Alright, cool.
blessed, you say?
Yeah, you're blessed. You
What
can add
does
a
it do
D4,
for me again?
and you can re-roll it if you want to, since you have.
Reroll it.
So I have a normal inspiration. I have a bardic inspiration, and I'm blessed.
Yep.
Yes.
And you can reroll it.
What does the blessed do? I don't remember.
You add a D4.
D4. Okay, so I'm
And then
gonna
you add a
roll
D12.
D12.
I thought
yeah,
it was a
'cause
D10.
the bardic inspiration. It's a D12.
Yeah, we had.
I feel like we go over this a lot.
Okay, so it's a 16 plus
Oh, it is a
D4,
D12.
which is 17 plus a D12. So 17 plus 6 is 23.
So there was a DC 15 to pass and a DC 20 to get something extra from this.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Anand, making sure that it's already accurate. Anand, you gain 17 hit points to
Just-
your max HP.
Oh. Okay.
And from this point forward, leveling up, you gain an extra +1 whenever you get health.
Okay.
Also, since you passed, you're going to take half of this.
Okay.
You take 37 points of poison damage. And you gain
Cool.
1 level of exhaustion.
Cool.
So it was excruciating to drink, but you feel as though your vitality has increased. Oddly enough, despite the fact that that absolutely wrecked you from the inside out.
I have consumed a god.
But yeah, you genuinely feel empowered.
Nice.
And suddenly you're able to you feel normal again. You feel how a Vold should feel. But now that you finally have your ability to drain mana back, you are starving.
I'm gonna pull out my wad of crystals and just go in on them.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that you go through about 5 of them.
Nice. La 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 la.
And you're good. So, well done.
Yes. So much for the Archon. Blim 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 blim.
Why were those gifts not active until now? Oh, because I have.
I just altered on my character sheet. I just altered.
I already did.
I
already did it for you.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you're now. You went from 121 to 138. You know, not a big jump, but every little bit helps.
Hey, for me, that's fine.
So it's half of what you would get from basically the tough feat.
Yeah, that's cool.
So. All right. And just so you know, guys, coming up, I'm going to be offering a pretty decent amount of opportunities for you to raise your max stuff. Because by the end of Arc 3, you guys are going to be pretty super powerful. but that's the idea.
Oh, are we at the end of the campaign?
You're very close to the end of Arc 2. So Act 3 is the final act of the campaign, and you're about to start. You're gonna hit level 20 about halfway through Act 3.
Okay. So when do you anticipate the campaign will be over?
I could still see it going another 8 or 9 months, honestly, at least.
Okay.
I mean, like we're a good ways through it, but it's not like we're in the home stretch by any means.
All right. So,
all right.
Voss also had his thing. I don't know.
Yes. Lee, did you want to go ahead and do that now, or did you want to wait on that?
Ooh. Do I also have bless on me?
We'll say sure. I gave it to Anon, so it's only fair. Since you have
Okay.
Neston with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I should go ahead and try it. What the hell? It's
Okay.
a Constitution saving throw, right?
Yes. Keeping in mind, before you drink this, the stipulations are that for the next 24 hours, your max HP is reduced.
Okay.
So if we go into the big boy fight tomorrow, it's going to be a bad day.
I would just stay home if I'm being honest.
So you're doing it. Okay.
I rolled a 19, and then what? It's a D4 adding to it?
Yes.
So total 23.
Ooh, not bad, man. Not bad.
That's not bad at all. So let me look at that potion. Yeah, it's 30d6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will be halved, of course. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right. Halving that, you take 53 points of poison damage. As soon as that you down that bottle, just as the last drop of it enters your mouth, excruciating pain hits you and you drop the bottle and it shatters. Empty, of course. Like you got it down. This is the most painful thing that you have ever experienced. It's as if like the power word pain spell was cast on you. In fact, that's exactly what it's like right now. It is pure and utter agony the moment that it enters your mouth. You drop to the ground screaming. For the next 24 hours, your max HP is reduced by 26. I'm going to go ahead and make a note in your notes tab.
Real quick, and you can let me know if this does not work. I meant to say this earlier, but I totally got slipped by it. I was going to give him a potion for him to do this.
It depends. What were you going to give him?
Potion of poison resistance.
I'll say I might not have just given you the opportunity, so that's fine.
So the poison damage is halved.
Trying to think about this one.
What happened?
I'm gonna say for this, it's not. This potion is so potent that there really is no way to deal with it other than just facing it head on. The point of this potion is to weed out the weak. There's no dealing with this other than the old-fashioned way. I'll let you keep your potion. It wouldn't have worked.
Fair enough. I tried, boss.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
So, I'm making a note. Your max HP is 122, because for the next 24 hours, your max HP is 96.
Okay.
So, yeah, you have to survive for those 24 hours to gain that benefit, so you don't gain it immediately.
All right, I'm just gonna stay at the base. I ain't going nowhere. If the world's gonna end, I'm gonna let that shit end.
Okay, well, you tell me what you guys want to do. So
Well,
you
just-
still have an appointment in the morning with the other guy, Zared.
Are we 16 hours late, like early hours of the morning? Like, did I get all my stuff made?
We'll say you'd have time in the 16 hours to do it, but as soon as you're done, like, it's time to go, or Zared's
Yeah,
gonna wonder
that's
where the fuck
fine.
you guys are.
I'm just want to know if I can update my inventory to say that they're in there.
Yeah, you can. How many did you make in that time frame?
I had one, I made 2, so I'm at 3 potions of speed now.
Okay.
And nice. Also, I will see how rough Anad is looking, and I'll give him something to try and help him feel a little bit better. Where is it? I have so many potions. Here you go. Bam.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
So I would hold on to it because I only have one of those. But if it feels it's necessary for you to take that today, by all means, feel free to chuck it down.
Why am I... So I'm clicking on that item, and now it's just, like, not showing any details. That's weird. Oh, it's because it's already been grabbed. That's why. Okay. Yeah. But, no, Anand, I mean, your max HP is fine. It didn't reduce it. You just took the damage.
Yeah, but he's just got a point of exhaustion, so.
Yes, he does have a point of exhaustion.
So am I going to sleep?
Yeah, but if you guys are about to rest, that'll go away.
Oh,
anyway.
I thought like he starts the next day with a point of exhaustion.
No, he just gets one immediately.
Oh, that was my
I
misunderstanding.
still like the potion, though. I'll hold on to it.
Okay. I got other. Well, I don't have any more of that, but that's fine.
If you need it, I'll give it back.
Boss
I
is
should
not
be
going to be
okay.
joining us in this boss battle. Is his Simulacrum going to be joining us in this boss battle?
Oh, Voss isn't going to be joining you guys?
Well, you said he's wanting to stay home for the day until he recovers.
Yeah.
I'm
You
just
guys
saying,
can tell me how that works.
I mean, are you guys actually going for like a boss fight right now?
we're gonna go and start heading in that direction. I don't know if we're gonna end up hitting it today, but we got a whole thing trying to rescue Lashonda.
So,
So-
what? My max health is 96, and I have 54 wounds on me right now.
Well, you just
Well,
rested, so no,
okay.
you don't. In fact, let me go ahead and long rest you guys.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say like, how would I get my stuff back?
So what's his max? What's his current HP when it's reduced?
Right now, his max HP is 96, because his max HP is reduced.
Oh, 96
Bro,
is still
that's
not
plenty
bad.
of
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hang.
It's
Sweet.
at 96 down from 122.
And
I
we
mean,
might
it's-
end up not having that fight today. Maybe.
Can I get some temporary health from some inspiring speeches, maybe?
Hey, you know what? You, I like you. I like all you.
I mean, I'm just trying not to die.
Yeah. Anybody that's not a Simulacrum gets 20 temporary hit points. Or, sorry, 22 temporary hit points.
There you go. So maybe
Yeah,
that'll help you out a little.
I've never been so happy for the 22 temporary hit points. You have
That
no idea.
almost makes up for the discrepancy.
Yeah. I don't feel as bad.
Yeah. All right. So I guess you guys head back to Strega.
Yeah, wherever
Okay.
we're supposed to be meeting up with old boy.
All right. So you arrive back there. You're able to get there with relative ease. And yeah, you meet him at the Crimson Sapphire over in the Red District. And so he says to each of you, well, I'm ready to go if you are. Again, as far as my skill set goes, I have this. I point and shoot, and things fall to pieces generally seconds after.
Well,
He says it's not refined, but it's what I do.
I don't think we really need refined. We need effective.
Well, I am certainly that. Now, Bon, we'll start this project
after our inevitable victory against our mutual foe.
Oh, I took the Watch West potion to start that project.
Oh, you did? I did not know
Yeah.
that. Okay, then you would have been
Well,
well
that
on your
was-
way then.
The kind of the point, yeah.
Okay. What would have been like your order of operations with it? Like, what are you working on first?
Kind of getting a blueprint of what I'm gonna design, and then kind of start on like the materials of what
So you'd
it's
have
gonna
something
be.
to show him.
Yeah, something to show him, something. Maybe even start like a prototype first, not even like an actual finished type. Like this is gonna be a like kind of a thing.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be working, but at the very least, you'd have been able to make some blueprints, maybe kind of a rough prototype.
Yeah.
So you could at least show the vision. What is it? What are you showing him?
So I wanted it to be actually better than his.
Okay.
So I actually kind of wanted like to have instead of a flamethrower, I'm thinking of like a laser beam, kind of like the William, where it has like 1 to 2 charges a day, but
but really, really hurts.
yeah, really hurts. Like
So
just
a
almost
built-in
a
William,
trump card.
basically. Like,
Yeah, almost, but it's a laser beam instead of a bullet.
I see. He's looking over these blueprints and says, "Well, this is ambitious. How would you suggest powering this? Because if I'm understanding what it is that you have in mind, it's gonna require a hell of a power source."
Well, there are mana crystals, but there's also the bigger mana crystals.
The white ones that we've heard about.
That are, the ones that are in the Yithramars.
I see. If where we're going, we're going to Envalion.
Yeah.
What
We
if we can find more of them there? After all, that is where they originated from. All of them came from Envalion.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out, see what we can gather.
Now, I did get in trouble for taking those two things and making it into a bomb, but making it a power source, I don't think that'll be any
I don't see a
problem at
problem
all.
with that either.
Exactly.
And it's not like
I
it
think
hasn't
it
already
could
been
power-
done.
Yeah, I think it could power a city for millennia.
So we have an extra goal. So keep an eye out for any glowing white crystals that you might see.
Yes.
And of course, a functional hand would be usable.
Functional
as well.
hand, a regular gun blade attached also to going throughout the barrel of it. Yes.
Very well.
And what about the eye? What do you think we should do for his eye?
Perhaps something that allows him to detect magic items, maybe something that could allow him to see invisible things. Those are the first things that come to mind.
Yeah. What if it could give him the tremor sense?
What, like what worms have?
Yeah. Isn't it better than not true sight, but better than most sight?
It's not really sight at all.
Or, yeah.
It's the ability to detect something based on movement.
Well, I guess, yeah, true. I'm just thinking of best sight rather than true sight, something that you can't see the future with, but you can definitely see something coming.
Sure.
Kind of like blind sight.
Infrared.
Yeah, like this dagger that I flip out my blind sight dagger.
He says, what if it did allow him to see through thin surfaces? What if he could see something on the other side of, say, a wall?
Well, as long as you're not using it for the wrong deeds, kind of like what our bard would do, then I think it would be fine.
He chuckles boisterously at that.
But yes. I think it'd be funny watching him try to use it at first and blushing when he first looks at a woman.
I wouldn't imagine him blushing.
Ah, well, you know. You never know with Dressel. But yeah. We'll talk more about it later.
He says, well, as he saddles up and gets on the back of his mechanical raptor. Shall we?
We shall.
So, I assume you guys are headed to what, your airship, probably?
Yeah. Well, yeah, probably airship.
Okay.
You know, and I look at what's the guy's name with the raptor?
His name is Zared.
Zared, did you know I made that ship fly myself?
That is quite impressive, he says.
Yeah.
There's a bit of an interruption when you hear a familiar voice behind you, and he just says, hello, as you notice the Archon just out of nowhere appeared in your vicinity. And he says to you, Anand, and he says, I've decided. Regardless of the consequences, I will lift your curse for you.
We kind of sold our soul for that one already.
I didn't sell my soul. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, we didn't.
What
sell our
curse?
soul.
I'm gonna say I took care of it myself.
He looks at you curiously and says,
Oh, yeah, I don't take that down.
nothing on this earth could have removed that curse. Nothing in this
Exactly.
world.
I go to a lot of places that are not this world. Nothing is going to stop me from doing what I want to do. So I found what I needed, and I'm ready to proceed.
Well, I thought I could help you, but I should have known. With your resourcefulness and your abilities, I should have known that you could have handled that problem yourself. I would say, don't expect the Archmage to be happy that you have removed his curse and that you've gotten around his machinations, but when could you ever really expect that anyway?
I could care less.
I'd be kind of
In fact,
impressed.
I hope I'm in a position to put him in his place one day.
I just
Just
wanted
come
to
up
say
with
how
your own
sorry I am.
magical organization that rivals his.
Oh, hold on.
He apologized.
Sorry.
He said, I just wanted to say how sorry I am, Anand. Your wording I find to be quite humorous of put him in his place, because my theory is that the reason that he seems to have an issue with you is that perhaps maybe one day he does intend to put you in his place. After all, I've never known him to be disappointed in anything. But when you took part in making that bomb, he was disappointed. And in fact, my punishment as such, which I don't know what that means for me, for myself taking part, was forcing me into a position where I must betray you. And I'm not saying that as an excuse. He says, almost like predicting your response, I still could have done what I felt was right, regardless of the consequences. But his punishment was to put me in a position to where, if I followed it to its closure point and played along with his game, I would end up deceiving you. And I fell right into it. And I am sorry for not having a greater strength of will than you have.
Well, I hope this serves, especially for him to see. I don't need anyone, but I'm lucky to have my actual friends that supported me in this world and the next.
Indeed, and
I still intend to accompany you, if you'll have me.
It's a group effort. We're
As
fighting.
As capable as you all are, you'll need my help. I don't mean that to discount your skills. You have proven them over and over again, every single one of you. But I am telling you, you will need my help.
That's fine.
And I hope that I can earn your trust back one day, Anand.
It's fine. We'll be family soon anyway.
I'm sorry, what? He says.
Oh, by the way, so yeah, that's gotta be a thing. Can you send a letter for me?
Sure. Yes. Who is the recipient of this letter?
Miss Lily.
Oh, I see. Yes. He's still a little taken aback. Yeah, I can send this letter for you. He suddenly gathers himself.
I didn't want to step on the moment, but I felt like that was a good point to just like,
It was.
yeah, that's gonna be a thing. I'm just talking.
Gentlemen, I apologize, but I do have to go.
No worries.
Alright.
Once they get to Calamlux, we're ending it. Again,
Okay.
I want to set you guys up to have a fight next session because I know
Okay.
some of you guys are probably itching to roll some murder dice.
Yes. Well, y'all have a good night.
So, all right, I'll see you, man.
Yeah. If he's, because I think before we found out he had it like Galder's, Speedy, whatever. He's got some magic.
He does, yeah.
It's just a letter to Miss Lily, kind of giving the rundown of what's going on with McKenna, and just doing what I said I would do.
Okay, gotcha. Letting her know that like she should bring McKenna back and.
Yeah, she wants to come back, but be sensitive about it. That's why I didn't want to send it as like a message to get passed across. That's why I wrote I'll say I wrote like a
Like a
letter, kind of
physical
explaining it.
letter.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Okay. Yeah, he sends a courier. Gets an empty box back, so she took it. Well, all right. Well, you travel on the airship, and as you get on the airship and as you're leaving, you guys were traveling with Heretia Kaimor, I believe. I believe she's at least on your ship. She's not leaving the ship, but she's at least
We
on your
got
ship.
so many
I think.
NPCs on that ship. I don't know, man. We need
I'm pretty sure you guys
roster
took
of the
her
people that
along.
are on there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
we did.
So she comes and talks to all of you, and I guess like while you're having a meal, Miku cooked something, so she just made some like really nice pasta or something. Anyway, you're eating a meal, and during it she says, "I know you're all thinking it, so I just wanted to dispel any thoughts that you might have. Cypher is not the father."
Wait, who was thinking that?
Oh, I just assumed that was the conclusion that you jumped to.
Considering we found you in a globe, and you weren't even, I don't even think Cypher may not even have known you. I wouldn't.
No, they knew
assuming
each
that.
other. Yeah, they
Oh,
knew
they
each
did?
other very. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
She was like he was basically. I mean, not. She wasn't the only person he was master to, but like
So
she
the
was
DNA
one of his pupils.
came out, and it turned out that you're a bad bitch. Or wait, what's going on here?
Oh, she says like I just assumed that was the conclusion that you must have drawn. No, he's not. As much as it pains me to say so, he needs to be stopped, and whatever it is that you do, I will offer no protest. He was
Oh,
my
yeah,
master
he was
once, but I do not recognize what he has become.
I don't think we even know what he has become. He's like he's a
Oh,
monstrosity.
she doesn't even know that part, by the way. She thinks he's still in a humanoid form. You
Oh,
never
hey.
told her that.
By the way, he's probably a monstrosity now. Just heads up when we kill him. If we could castrate him, I could probably make a good potion out of his darts.
Technically, he would be a aberration.
technically.
Well, you know what? I think I'm going to castrate him anyway. We'll just roll the dice and see what happens.
Oh, okay. Very well. Sorry, I just wanted to dispel that in case that's what any of you thought.
We've had so much else going on, no one has worried about your baby daddy drama. I promise you.
Very well. I'll excuse myself. She gets up and
I didn't mean that to be
leaves.
rude. I'm just meaning it's not all about you, okay?
She says, I never suggested it was, she says with an almost irritated tone.
Cool.
And
keep going,
as she
doing your
leaves the
thing, and
room,
thinking
she just-
everybody's talking about you.
She says behind her, with this, his lineage ends. That's what I thought it was important to let you know.
You
Very
said
well.
you want us to talk about you. This is what I'm saying. You want it to be about. Come on. You obviously want to say something. Come on back. Get it off your chest.
She very
Does she have
flustered.
a big rack? I was kidding.
I mean, moderate, I guess.
Yeah, that's just a joke. You ain't gotta answer it, fucker.
I don't know. I don't pick up on social cues. I don't know these things. Anyway, so yeah, she leaves. So
I just
you
told her
have
to
a-
come back, so that she left
Nope,
with us. And
she
come back?
leaves. Nope, she leaves.
Well, lineage ends. I don't know. Maybe it's Neston's baby. You know, from back when he was still the king. Who knows?
Yeah, she never said who.
Maybe it's Neston's kid. She was Neston's mistress, right? And then because the king was married, and then they had a baby.
Got
And
no
now
hope
it's-
for that child.
Yeah, it's a Fitz. Fitz is
I mean,
old
maybe.
school term
Well-
for a bastard of royalty, so it's a Fitz baby.
Well, if that's Neston's kid, your race is going extinct. I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So here in
Actually, you
just
know
a
what?
second.
He's a runner, so your thing probably will survive. But good luck with it mating with anybody.
So, we're probably going to go ahead and end it here in just a second. As you see off in the distance, as the image of Calamlux appears over the edge of the horizon. City's actually done pretty well for itself since the last time you were there. A lot of new structures. It doesn't look quite as barren as it did before, and they have a skyport and an actual functioning dock by the sea as well, as opposed to the rundown, dilapidated thing that you had to dock at before. Setting down at the skyport, you see the enormous dragon stir off in the distance, doing no more than it did before, but clearly visible on the horizon. And as you're about to touch down, the Archon says to you, "You've all worked out the identity of that beast already by this point, haven't you?"
The beast? Well, which beast? We got a lot of beasts, man.
Talking about the incomprehensibly large dragon that wanders the Wailing Mire.
Is that tentacle thing that we saw that one time?
No.
Okay.
Remember, I mentioned this a while ago, and then again once this arc started, that there's an incomprehensibly large dragon of an unknown origin that wanders the Wailing Mire.
Yeah, but you said it before. I remember that was like a thing, and I thought that would have been like the black mask, like we could see off in the distance.
Yeah, it was, but you worked out that it was just this insanely huge dragon. But it's never been hostile. It's never attacked anything. It's just there. It
Is
just
that
wanders.
You? I hear a lot of Xbox something.
I am
talking.
too.
Oh, sorry. My bad. If it's me.
Yeah. So no, I thought you guys would have remembered that it was there.
I don't think you ever clarified that. Like, we knew that there was a creature that we could see off in the distance. I assumed it was the other dragon. Because, I mean, again, we've also had a multitude of dragons that just showed up.
That's true. Yeah, it's just this incomprehensibly large draconic being that wanders the Wailing Mire. It's never attacked anything. It's just there. He says to you, "I have good reason to believe, as impossible as it may sound, that that is the legendary Force Dragon slain by Dargathoth."
Well, if it's unslain, why is it up walking around? Is it undead?
I don't know. But I cannot explain it any other way.
It's a weird way of explaining it that without explaining it.
If you want the long explanation, when the
Nope.
legendary Force
Nope.
Dragon was
Nope.
slain,
No.
It was-
well, good. I will take it at that. It's
'Cause,
a Force Dragon that's been slain but still walking around. I am sure we're gonna end up having a little chit chat with it at some point, and it will all come to clarity.
let's hope not. When we encroach upon the Wailing Mire, we are not to draw its ire by any means necessary. We are there with one purpose and one purpose only. The legendary Force Dragon has nothing to do with why we go there. We must agree on that now.
Yeah, but doesn't it hate Dargathoth if it killed him?
Yes, but we don't know whether it would be hostile or not if we were to approach it. We don't know if it's even still intelligent. It's never given us any reason to believe that it is. It doesn't speak. It just moans.
Well, that's fine.
And
I
roars.
have this potion that'll bring its intelligence to 10.
I thought you gave it to... Oh,
No,
you
I said I
didn't.
held off. So I'll bring it, I'll make it intelligent, and then it will be our ally, and then we'll recruit the legendary Force Dragon to fight against Dargathoth. I'm breaking your game, Gavin! I'm breaking
Gotta
your
make sure
game!
that potion disappears. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and call it here. You guys have landed in Calamlux, and hopefully next session we'll get into some combat. I know it's been a while since you guys have had some, so I'm looking forward to getting into a fight.
Alright.
But all right, you can kill the recording.